Obunu gini kama chozunu Imana chukwa kosi womo Onyele miu Nyelu yumi What am I looking for? See my God, he don't bless me, yo. He give give me you. Obunu kife la chasha so, obunu kife me chasha me. My baby, you know say you go love me. Hey yeah, I do go, I could go. When I call your name, Shakara for me. Oh, Roma, I will be your Romeo. You go be my Julie. Roma, I will be your Romeo. You go be my Julia. Oh, give me your love and I'll go run away. Show me your love and I'll go use you play. Carry me, go me, I go follow you way. Follow you, they go. Maka Munagi, me and you. Okwa Munagi, my baby, and me and you. Me and you. Okwa Munagi, my baby, Obuzi kife la chasha so, obuni kife la chasha me yo. My baby, you know say you go love me. I do go, I could go. When I call your name, Shakara for me. Oh, Roma, I will be your Romeo. You go be my Julie. Yeah. Roma, I will be your Romeo. You will be my Julia. Oh, Roma, I will be your Romeo. You will be my Julia. I will be your Romeo. You will be my Julia.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you're hearing me very well. Good morning to you all. Welcome to our Sunday sermon again this Sunday. Thanks, everyone, for coming. I really appreciate each and everyone for tuning in this morning. It's still morning in Canada. My name is Dupsy. So I'm your host this morning, and we're going to talk about different topics. We are going to start with the Pope's declaration about surrogacy. So please, can you just give us 1 minute for one man to do the readout for us? Then we start the discussion. Thank you.
All right, Dubsy. Good to see you again. A really thorny topic you are taking on today. This is a moral maze, and it'll be interesting to see how we navigate through this conversation. Pope calls for global ban on surrogacy. So, surrogacy, for the benefit of the conversation, is couples are requesting that a different female carry their child during the process of pregnancy. So it could well be a fertilization of the husband's wife with the wife's egg, but then they hire a third party to go through that pregnancy process for them. So that is roughly what surrogacy is. The Pope is against this, Dupsy. Pope calls for a global ban on surrogacy. Pope Francis on Monday called for a global ban on surrogacy, saying the practice of a woman carrying another person's child was deplorable. In his New Year's address to diplomats at the Vatican, the 87-year-old pontiff said it was a grave violation of the dignity of the woman and the child. In a speech dominated by calls for an end to conflicts around the world, the head of the Worldwide Catholic Church, said, "The path to peace calls for respect for life. This began with the life of the unborn child in the mother's womb, which cannot be suppressed or turned into an object of trafficking," he said. "In this regard, I deem deplorable the practice of so-called surrogate motherhood, which represents a grave violation of the dignity of the woman and the child, based on the exploitation of situations of the mother's material needs. A child is always a gift and never the basis of a commercial contract. Consequently, I express my hope for an effort by the international community to prohibit this practice universally. In June 2022, the Pope condemned surrogacy as an inhuman practice. Altruistic, altruistic surrogacy, whereby a woman gives birth to a baby on behalf of another woman or couple, but no money changes hand, excluding expenses, is legal in countries including Belgium, the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, Canada, Brazil, and Colombia. Commercial surrogacy is permitted in the United States. So that is the Pope's stance. It's a real complex one, of course, because Dupsy, there's so many reasons why people use surrogacy as a means of starting a family. And often instances, it's not just for the conveniences of the woman not wanting to carry a baby. But Dupsy, you lead on this. Want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, thank you so much, one man. So yeah, I this topic is very sensitive, and I don't want people to take it personal. I'm not against Christians. I'm not a Christian myself, and I'm not a Muslim. I'm just a free thinker. So I don't want anybody to take it personal. There's no personal attack here, and I'm not attacking Christians in general. But I just think what the Pope is saying here is not important because he is the one that said that it's okay to join, to bless the union of a man and man or a woman and a woman. So if you can approve that, why can't you approve for them to have children if they are willing to have children? Do you know why I don't like all these religious stuffs, woman? It's about control. You are the one that said it is okay to, you know, to show love to people that think their sexual orientation is to the same sex. Now you are the one that is controlling what they want to do in that relationship. That is why I don't really like all this. It's just about human control. Don't control people. You are the one that said it's okay. Let's show love. Let's love our neighbors. So let's start blessing somebody that their sexual orientation is to the same sex, a man and a woman and a woman. So if these people desire to raise kids, why don't they let them do whatever they want to do? Since you can say that it's all about love, then show love for them to raise kids. But in my own personal opinion, I don't even think those people need kids themselves. I think they should just work on their own psychic. Instead of them to raise people now, I think they should just stay on their own. They don't need kids. That is my own personal opinion. But it's not in the Pope's place to start dictating that again. Because you're the one that said it's okay for you to approve same-sex marriage. You're gonna bless them so that they will come into the church. You don't want to discriminate against anybody. So don't control what they would like to do. That is why I'm against it. But in my own personal opinion here, what he's saying, I think is right. If you,
Dupsy, you have Pansat joining you, and I'm sure
oh,
he has fixed views on this. But before you probably want to bring him on, what is
yeah,
your concept of surrogacy, and why do
yeah,
you think some couples opt for that?
yeah,
Why do you think
yeah,
some couples opt for that, and do
yeah.
you find it objectionable?
No, I think surrogacy is very good because a lot of women nowadays have one problem or the other, fertility problem. Do you understand? And Some, very few ones, don't want to carry a baby in their womb. Do you understand? Which is okay. Is their choice. I don't really like to start going back and forth. That idea of surrogacy is just perfect, in my opinion. I don't think there's any problem with it. I love it. I just love the way the world has advanced to that level. That if a woman has fertility problem, this is another option because IVF fails a lot too. So surrogacy is another option. So I'm 100% in with surrogacy. And a little portion of some women, they don't want to carry a baby in their womb for different reasons. I'm not against them. That is their choice. That is their wish. So I'm 100% in for surrogacy. There is no problem with that. If you want somebody else to carry your baby, so most of the time is usually their egg, their spouses or their partner's sperm fertilized together, injects into somebody else's womb to carry the baby for them. So I'm not against it at all. I think it's just perfect. There's no problem with it. But for the Pope, yeah, go
Dupsy,
ahead.
we're really in esteemed company as
Yeah.
Alexander Gomez joins the mighty Pansat. So,
Okay.
so the conversation obviously elevated now.
Okay.
Sorry, you directed it, but let me just
Okay.
ask you this. Do
Yeah.
you think there should be restrictions within that surrogacy space? And surrogacy should only be allowed for medical reasons and not for reasons of convenience?
No, woman, I can't say that because some people don't want to. A little bit of the women don't want to spoil their shape. They don't want to look fatter. They don't want to go through the stress of pregnancy. So I wouldn't castigate them. That is their choice. One man, I hate to advance. That is their choice. Let them go for their choice. I just think it should be properly defined. Like there should be a lawyer involved. That is my opinion about that. If you really want it, then I think it should be clearly written down and signed, and that should go through a lawyer. The one, but I'm not against that small portion. I don't. I just think it's a tiny bit of percentage of people, women that don't want to carry children and babies in their womb because they don't want their shape to, you know, to not to be in the perfect way they want it. So I'm not against them actually. I'm not against them. So yeah, we can go ahead. One man, let's bring Mr. Alexander first
No,
before.
no,
Pan-
go with Pansat. He came
Okay,
first. Let me
okay, sir. Okay,
let
Prince,
do.
you're welcome. Yeah, you
All
can
right.
go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hello to one man, Dupsy Alexander, my friend, Dr. Alexander Gomez.
Thank you.
I believe that one man defined what surrogacy, for those who don't know what it is. And we have to deal with this thing delicately, try to unravel it, with a scalpel and not a blunt force. It's not a Christianity issue. The church is the Catholic Church is normally referred to as the church when used in that generic term. But you have many Christian denominations that the Pope does not speak for those people. But in this case, I believe that what the Pope was talking about, Pope Francis, is calling for a ban on this, is on the moral issue. If you are going to look at it from a biblical point of view, I believe in Genesis 16:1, Dupsy, at the risk of antagonizing you because you don't like somebody quoting the Bible when they're making their case, but in this case, it's proper. If you look at Genesis 16 from 1 to 5, I don't. Maybe I should read it for you. I don't know if you have your Bible next to you. It's a story
I
of
don't have a
Hagar.
Bible.
Okay, I just
Pansat, I don't really like people referencing the Bible because it's not all of us that
I know, but
okay.
that's what I said. I said that
Okay.
to say that in this case, though, it is the earliest form of surrogacy in the Bible, and it's quite early in the Bible.
Okay.
Like I said, yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
it's a story of Hagar and Ishmael. So I start from 16:1. It say, now Sarai, Abraham's wife, had borne him no children, but she had an Egyptian slave named Hagar. So she said to Abraham, the Lord has kept me from having children. Go, sleep with my slave. Perhaps I can build a family through her. Abraham agreed to what Sarah said. So after Abraham had been living in Canaan 10 years, Sarai, his wife, took her Egyptian slave, Hagar, and gave her to her husband to be his wife. He slept with Hagar and she conceived. When she knew she was pregnant, she began to despise her mistress. Then Sarai said to Abraham, you were responsible for the wrong I am suffering. I put my slave in your arms, and now that she knows she's pregnant, she despises me. May the Lord judge between you and him. Your slave is in your hands, Abraham said. Do with her whatever you think best. Then Sarah mistreated Hagar, so she fled from her. 7. The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the desert. It was a spring that is beside the road to Shur. And he said, Hagar, slave of Sarai, where have you come from? And where are you going? I'm running away from my mistress, Sarah, she said. Then the angel of the Lord told her, go back to your mistress and submit to her. The angel added, I will increase your descendants so much that there will be too numerous to count. Now, I will stop there for the interest of time, but those who are interested should read it. That's surrogacy. There's a need for that. Here in the United States, there are 3 states that have that banned. Okay, so you know we have 50 states in the United States. So most states are friendly to surrogacy. And I believe
Pansat, what
yeah.
you just quoted is not surrogacy. That is that woman's egg with the man that you talked about now. So Sarah's husband and the lady's egg, the mate's egg. So
Right.
surrogacy is different. Yeah.
No, it's not. Listen, there's 2 types of surrogacy. Number one is traditional surrogacy, right? That's probably what you're for. There you have what's called a gestational surrogacy. I know Dr. Alexander is here.
Yeah, I agree.
And that gestational surrogacy, the surrogate mom does not contribute anything. It's the sperm and egg of others, right? Now, that one is being abused into a commercial level, moral. So by ethicists, moral people, that will include the church. They're against that. It's a moral issue.
Where are they against that? They should
I just
stop
said
the
it.
control. Let people do whatever they want to do.
You even said there should be some
don't
kind
be
of
controlling people.
no. Let me conclude with this. So I want to hear Dr. Alexander's case because the doctor's input here is important as well. So what I'm saying to you is that you yourself said there should be limits. I think you draw the line by saying that lawyers should be involved. Lawyers are involved now. There's a contract that's normally designed to give each party, protect the rights of each party in that case. But what you should do, like I said, there are 3 types of surrogacy. Number one, the traditional one. To me, it's okay to accommodate your concern. Women should have the right. People who are unfortunate, like in this case in the Bible, the one I cited in the Bible, that should be okay now. But this society has to control people trying to have male only or try to design their baby to look like me, for example, right? But it should not just be a legal issue. It's something that the state, society, they should have an input to control. So I'll leave that right there for right now, and then I'll make further case after that. Thank you very much, Dr. Alexander. So it's on you.
Yeah, so I don't have anything personally or professionally against surrogacy. I favor surrogacy more than I do adoption, actually, because based on my experience in life, I have come to the conclusion that most children, and I have some in my family too, that those adopted children turn out to be, for lack of a better word, catastrophes, because you don't know the genes where these babies are produced from. So, like Pascal rightly said, the two main forms of surrogacy, that's the traditional one, is the other one where you don't contribute anything to the birth of the child. Personally, I don't know what the Pope is talking about. I personally don't have anything against it. I think a woman is unfulfilled, especially without a child. And if she decides to go through that medical procedure, I have no problem with that at all. So that's my medical perspective on that. Aburo,
If I can just come in here, Dupes, it is a delicate balance, that surrogacy space. There's the commercial aspect of it, which a lot of people frown on. If you want to go through surrogacy, and then the ideal scenario is to find a younger, more fertile family member to be the carrier. So that, I think a lot of people will still have difficulties with that, but a lot of people might just look the other way for that. But if it's a commercial deal, a womb for hire sort of a thing, I think people recall from that. And then what the real thing coming out of that surrogacy space is that hired carrier that carries that baby for 9 months, she inevitably forms some sort of maternal instinct towards that baby that she is carrying. Nothing to do with her. The egg's not hers. The sperm not her partner's. But she carries that baby nevertheless. So all of those symptoms and all of those moods and all of those emotions of pregnancy, she endures that. And then, of course, she then forms some sort of a bond with what she's carrying. So does that sufficient enough constitute an entitlement and a claim to that pregnancy that she's carrying, even though the egg and the sperm, nothing to do with her?
And that's why I said earlier, one man, that it's very important for these things to be clearly written down, and there should be a lawyer that will be involved. Don't
No,
forget.
let me
Yeah.
sorry, Dipsy. Let me
Okay, sir.
address that point that
Okay, sir.
Junior just brought up. About 30 years ago, when surrogacy was getting popular on BBC, there was a documentary. I don't know, one man, whether you were in England at the time, but also in the 80s, where the scenario you just painted, a woman in the commercial surrogacy situation, got pregnant, and she got bonded with the child. She gave the child away to the rightful parents, and then she was trying to reclaim the child because she had formed a bond with the child, because she carried the child for 9 months, obviously. But she lost the case essentially because it was an agreed arrangement that she was performing a role, and she didn't have a right over that. That's happened before. It was documented on BBC, and I can direct you to that episode on BBC Panorama, where you can watch that. So that answers your question, doesn't it?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
So I think a lot of people should understand how pregnancy works in a woman's body. So it's a lot of stress on women's body, and it depreciates the body. It doesn't appreciate it. So that's one thing people should know about. So you could understand the point where people come from, where they help you to carry your baby, and after a while, it turns to a lot of problem. So that's why I said that it's very important that you get a lawyer involved if you're thinking to do, to have somebody to carry your child for you. It should be well documented, and all the terms and conditions should be written down properly.
I think that's because like I said, the only episode that and one man did bring up a very important point, like I said, but the only time that from a legal and a professional perspective where I saw that happen was with that lady in England, and I haven't heard anything regarding that after that. And that's been about 30 years. I know Kanye West did the same thing. Do you know Kanye West did the same thing, right? With his last
Yeah,
child.
yeah,
Yeah.
I heard that.
So yeah, so I think there are parameters and legal checks and balances in place now to address
Yeah.
that issue because I haven't heard of it recently. So
Mm,
I'm assuming that yes, they're going through the right channel. They're
channel.
putting the right legal papers in place to facilitate the eventuality. Do you know what I mean?
But I'm not sure that Nigerians are doing that at the moment. I'm not
I'm
sure.
not sure that
Yeah,
surrogacy has really taken hold in Nigeria just yet. I think
yeah.
it's still in the fledgling state. But if I can put this to Pansat, the Pope is coming at it from a biblical morality sort of a stance. But I'm not quite sure how the Bible frowns against this. It is insisting essentially that it's a commercial deal, but if you remove the commerciality out of it, is there a moral imperative that makes this unacceptable as a practice? The Pope is calling for a global ban, and a man of his influence can effect that if the argument against him is not strong enough. So, is there a moral imperative at play here, or is the Pope being overly precious, Pansat?
Thank you very much. I believe that he elucidated his reasons, and it stems from the deplorable act of cheapening women, the dignity of women, basically, and the child, based on exploitation of situations of the mother's material needs, for example. In essence, commercialization. Everybody should be against that. I don't think that he argued biblically. I'm not privy to his entire speech, but I do have pieces of a quote here and there. And I see commercialization of pregnancy in that speech. And that makes a lot of sense. Now, with the way the price range goes from like 10,000 to 100,000, for example. So if you
Pansat, add
yeah
this to your submission. Does an unborn child have the right to be born no matter what? Does an unborn child have the right to be born?
yeah, that's a legal question here in the United States. Yes, and an unborn child, a conceived child, not abstract child, right? Does
No,
have
no, I
rights.
mean an abstract. I mean an unconceived child. So let me put it that way. Does an
No,
unconceived child have a right to be born?
no, there is no such right. As a matter of fact, it was a slogan to get unborn children to have rights while in gestation to be accorded the right as an individual. But an abstract child does not have the right to be born. That's why it's a discipline that touches law, touches morality. So we have to be very careful here. That's a concern from all sides, and I believe every actor is acting in good faith. The exploited woman herself with her body, okay, now she's entitled to make her own decisions if she wants to make money or not. Some of them do not add any genetics into it, which is a new form, the gestational surrogacy. But the traditional one, she doesn't contribute anything. These are parents who are seeking to have a child, and then they contribute their own. Maybe the mother is unable to have a baby, or the father, or whatever, so they could contribute their own. So she has no genetic input into that product. So that's the difference we have to make here. Now, the Pope, according to the question that you asked me, Pope Francis is asking for a ban based on the commercialization of pregnancy. Okay, so it's not biblical. Commercialization and abuse. So that's my take on that, Dupsy. unless you have another question, I'll be exiting in a little bit. I promise you that I'll be here. So if you have a question for me, you can ask now.
Thanks, my darling Pansat. I really
Yes,
appreciate you
no,
for coming.
no, no problem, no problem.
Thanks so much. So
Yes,
I just want to let you know that I don't like the control that these people do to human brain. Why do you want to dictate to people about what they do with their lives? You are the one that said it's okay for you to bless a man, a woman and a woman, so that you show them love, so that you can bring them into the Christian fold. It's okay. Why are you controlling now that they are not entitled to have or to raise children? Why? 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 Why is the Pope not minding his business? So that is my own regarding
yeah,
this. Yeah.
and that's a good um, discussion to have. It's coming at it from many angles. The Pope is not infallible. He may be wrong in other cases, especially in the one about the marriage between a man and a man. I'm not an authority on this, but I could say it doesn't sound right to me, right? But you actually may be the one who should you support that, though, right? You do support the earlier position of the Pope when it comes to marriage. You think that people should have the right to do whatever they want. Is that your position?
No, my position. I don't support it. I don't like Pansad. What I'm just saying is that is none of his business. Do you know why I'm not happy with this? He
Right.
said, the doctrine of Christians, which I don't agree to, is that you guys are preaching love your neighbor. That is for humanity, in my opinion. It's not the Christians that say that. That is a human behavior. If you're human, you love your neighbor. So you want people to come into the Christian fold. You don't want to discriminate. I don't want it. I don't like it. So why is he putting his mouth? Because the way he has put his mouth now that let's bless them, people will think it's right. And I think there's an argument that they're going to change the Bible again to Adam and Steve. I don't know how far that has gone. Do
Look,
you understand?
I do understand,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
listen, here's
yeah,
the thing is
yeah,
that
yeah.
the concept of love thy neighbor as thyself is a Christian phenomenon, right? It was revolutionary. That is what the Lord
It's
came here to.
not. It's for human beings.
I
If
know,
you're
but
human, you will love your neighbor. I
right,
don't
you would
agree to that.
no listen to
That
me.
that is
You
about control again. You
no
people like
listen
to
now.
control. Stop
Listen
it.
now. Listen
It's
to
for
me.
human beings.
Listen to me. What I'm saying is that it's not some like an opinion or whatever. This is a historical fact. It was a revolutionary concept when the Lord, as a matter of fact, that is the biggest achievement of the Lord Jesus Christ coming to earth. What is it? He basically reduced that whole 10 commandments into that concept of love thy neighbor as thyself. Because for those who are into mystics, it's actually true that your neighbor is you. You understand? It's one love, but we humans, we don't understand that. There is one entity. So when Jesus Christ gave that commandment of loving thy neighbor as thyself, if we all do that, then we're going to be pretty much saints. So you treat people the way you want to be treated as a golden rule. But believe it or not, that was what that was about. But ecclesiastically now, you said the Pope does not have it's not of his business to interfere in that, but that's his whole business, as a matter of fact. The Pope, it's an authority in morality and religion. Now, you may not adhere to it, but the point is that the Pope, the papacy, has been politically crippled now. There was a time that you really actually had no choice. The Pope was the government, basically, right? Not just in Rome or something like that. That was universal. So with the advent of democracy, of which I'm here in the cradle of it, the United States, we're very proud of that. So has they been able to whittle down those things and really get them to their realms? You as a modern woman, I'm sure you would give the disclaimer that you're what I call a feminist. I'm not saying that as a negative thing. I'm a feminist myself, support women's rights. But you're gonna have to cut your coat according to your size. Feminism should not be like what the gays are doing, which is making trouble. They ask for one right. When everybody becomes accustomed to it and accept it, then they want to ask for something unreasonable, something that doesn't make any sense. Now, you as a gay person, keep it to yourself. Nobody wants to know your sexual habits or whatever you're doing. If you're gay, just go live your life. Don't tell anybody about it, unless somebody's violating your rights. But when we all accept, for example, what they call it when they live together and they're able to claim things on taxes and common whatever, where they have the same rights as well as taxes and everything. All of us eventually grew up and we supported that. Now, going further down by asking for a marriage, which is an institution. Marriage is a religious thing, right? So that's very difficult for many people, including Christians, to accept. Not because we don't want them to live their life and have fun, but it's now asking for too much. For example, if they get that right because of the way laws are crafted, then somebody could marry a camel, for example. I know there are people in northern Nigeria probably who wouldn't mind that. But the point I'm making is that,
let me interject you.
yeah.
So you're saying that historically it's there, it can be proven that you guys you are the author of Love Your Neighbor. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
now we're here now, 2024. The
Right.
Pope approved same-sex marriage already in
Right.
2023.
Right.
So down the lane now, because you are the custodian of histories, especially Christians,
Right.
telling us jargons and come and tell us in 100 years' time that that's the norm, that's what we believe in, that's what Jesus Christ preached. We're here now witnessing this thing unfolding in front of us. That this guy called the Pope is approving and is going to bless the same-sex marriage. This is 2024, and
Right.
in 100 years' time, Christians will argue that that's the way it has been. It can be proven historically. It's in the Bible. You see why I can't stand this religion called Christianity. Because you
Okay.
guys
Let me
are
please.
forever lying
No.
and twisting stops,
No.
manipulating people. I
Let me
can't
beg
even.
you. I want.
We're
I
going
want
to
to
change
beg
the
you.
topic in a bit, Pansa,
I
because
understand, but
we're
let
not going
me.
to go anywhere on this
No,
one.
let me on
Yeah.
that on your sentiment as a whole, and I'm familiar with it, right? Because I've been in the chat sections when you've shown that vitriol towards Christianity. You have to be very fair on this. The Catholic, yeah, the Pope, the Catholic is known as the Church, right? But it's like a noun. It's not like they speak for everybody, but more particularly the Pope himself does not. I mean, it's a regime. The papacy comes and goes with that particular pope, and that's what he's declared. Right? Another pope could come and reverse all that stuff. So it's administrative. I'm not much, even when it comes to the Lord. I've said on one of these shows that I'm not into the Lord's administration, hierarchy, stuff like that. It's none of my business. I don't get into it. I don't think it's demanded of a Christian. But you do misunderstand Christians, and that's, you have to know that your salvation is in your own hands, right? When I said that love thy neighbor as thyself, it's a Christian concept, and that's what we're trying to get Muslims right now to do. We're trying to get them to change. It wasn't always like that. Even the church itself, before the Reformation of the 16th century, or early 17th century. They were bad, right? They didn't adopt some of these doctrines. If somebody slaps you, you turn the other cheek, that kind of thing. The Muslims have to get into that, and the world as a whole. So loving thy neighbor as thyself is not claiming something that is right there in the Bible. How long ago is the Bible? The
It
Bible has
doesn't
been
mean
there for
that
a
it's
long
in the
time.
Bible that you are the author. Human nature. For us to live at peace with each other, we
Right,
have to love ourselves. We are not
right,
animals. We're
right.
human.
But do
We
you
are
agree
meant
with
to
that, by the
be
way?
human.
Do you
Then,
agree with the
of course,
concept?
I do.
Okay,
And
okay,
that's why I'm saying that it's not for you Christians. It's for human beings. So
right.
stop claiming the good
No,
stuff
no, it's
and
true.
write it in your Bible.
I'm saying the source of it is for human beings. It's not just for
Yes.
Christians. It's
Yeah.
for everybody to
Yeah.
love their neighbor
It's
as
just human
thyself.
nature. You
Right.
have to for you to be human.
Now, another thing you've been saying that that's making you say you hate the Christians because of the control nature
I don't
and
hate. I don't
pardon.
like. I don't hate anybody.
Yeah, you don't like. Hello, Fatai. So
Fatai,
now
hi. Happy New Year, my brother.
let me
How
Oh,
conclude
are
by
you,
Dupsy
saying
Fatai?
baby. Can you
let
How
me
hear
are
tell
me?
you.
I
Yeah,
can.
loud and
Can you
clear,
Yes,
loud
hear
and
me?
clear.
very well. Loud and
Oh,
clear.
Happy New
Loud and
Year, Dupsy baby.
happy New Year to you, my brother
Happy
Fatai.
New Year,
Yeah,
long time.
let
Yeah.
Pansa bring it home. I think
Okay.
it might well be heading out somewhere. He just
Okay. Okay.
came in to say hello. I saw
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
Okay.
bro, Pansat, Happy New Year also.
Same
Pansat,
to
Happy New
you.
Year, Pansat.
Happy New
Happy New
Year to
Year.
you, Fatai. I'll be listening to you
Yeah,
guys as you treat the subject. But Dubsi, since Fatai is here now and we've had an exchange, and your salvation is important to me as my baby doll on this channel here. I will talk to you. I want you and I have a dialogue about Christianity so that you would understand. You used to be a Christian, I understand, but so you don't relegate to Christians what is not exclusively theirs, right? For example, the papacy and his policies for the Catholic Church. It's powerful, it's influential, but it's not the authority for all Christians. Just like his gay policy is not acceptable universally. A lot of people, even Catholics themselves, do not accept his contribution in that. Thank you very much. I'll be listening in. I will
Thanks
check
so
out
much,
other
darling.
channels. Yes.
Thanks for
Thank you.
coming.
Hello,
Mwah.
before you go, hello,
Yeah.
before you go, sorry before you
Yeah.
go. I think I was actually one of the things also, apart from I want to say Happy New Year to Dupsy baby. I think you were missing Gypsy's argument. I think you could actually put up a stronger defense of the Pope if you got Gypsy's argument when you made the differentiation between, I don't know what it's actually properly called, but I think one of the problem with this surrogacy issue also has to do with the homosexuality area, right? The gestational, or I don't know what is properly
Yeah, that's what
termed,
it is.
the gestational one,
Gestational. Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
affect mostly the same sex people. The traditional one is generally with normal, I mean, straight people. So I don't know if the Pope was getting into. I don't know what the Pope is getting into, but I think if when Dipsy was saying, okay, there is a normalization of the same-sex situation, but at the same time, if there is a ban on surrogacy, the most people that affects is the same-sex couple. So
Yes.
I think that is the crux of the debate. Like, okay, if you're I haven't read the story, so I don't want to hang my head on it because I don't know what it's been talked about. But I was following up from what Dupsy was laying out.
Right.
So
That's a
if
next.
there is a ban on
Yeah,
that,
there's a nexus between those two. It's like a conflicting
yeah.
situation for the Pope, right? Like Bruce is saying. But in the one hand, he's if you're gonna let um, gays get married, then the next way for them to reproduce will be to, I guess, one of the ways because
Surrogacy.
sort of guess or they could adopt, right? Adoption, it's different thing altogether. It's cheaper
Yeah, yeah.
and the bioethicists will not object to it. There's no moral, as a matter of fact, it's encouraged and it's a good thing. So, but I'm against gay marriage, no matter who's sanctioning it. I'm against it. I'm not against gays having rights like everybody else, save their taxes and all that, but no encroaching into traditional institutions. Something that is offensive, and there should be don't ask policy. In the United States it was reversed, but I think it was a good policy where you keep your goddamn sexual orientation private to yourself. Nobody gives a damn what you're doing. Just keep it to yourself. We'll make sure that you have the right as any citizen, according to the Constitution. You shouldn't be discriminated against, but you should keep your mouth shut about what you're doing. Nobody gives a damn. So that's a different topic. And with that, one man, my baby doll, Dipsy,
Yeah,
we have a
my
good show.
darling.
Yes, doll. I will
My
talk to you later.
darling, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks. God
All right.
bless you.
Bye, brother.
Rational mind, take your eye off of my woman there.
Don't mind
Thank
who
you.
is looking at
I can
him.
see
Pastor,
you.
don't worry yourself. No competition here. You're the
I
only
can see
one.
you're really dressed today like the African man you are.
Don't mind anybody, Pastor. You're the only one.
Dupsy baby. Dupsy
Yeah.
baby, what's going on now? These two people, they can't
All
put me
right,
in the
let
middle.
Hassan go keep his
These two can't put me in.
called Natasha. All right. Thank
Pastor,
you.
thank you, darling.
See
Thank
you in
you
a
so
bit.
much. Yeah, Fatah, you can go ahead. So, Fatah, I hope you understand my position on this. Yeah,
No,
I
I
don't like the
understand.
control.
I
I'm
got
against the control. He's the one that said it's okay to bring people into the Christian fold with love, and he wants to bless the same-sex marriage. That's okay. So why do you want to control again that these people are not entitled to, having kids again? Why the control? And for time, my argument again is that down the lane, in 100 years now, so people will say it's okay, it's normal. Jesus Christ preached it. Same-sex marriage is good. A guy can go with a guy, a woman can go with a woman. So that is why I don't like this religion. Do you understand? It's too manipulative. So down the lane now, it's going to be okay for same sex to marry each other. Then probably maybe 10 years down the lane now, as we are looking at it, they will now sanction them. No, they will now, approve surrogacy again. So it's they just manipulating the human brain. I don't like it. Let people decide what they want to do. Let them go for it. Don't have any say in it. Why are you so particular? Why do you want to control what people want to do with their lives? Fatai, I'm listening to your contribution. Go ahead.
yeah, Dupsy baby. Okay, I'm not a big debater when it comes to religion, because um, I don't know. I think wherever you fall on whatever, there's always somebody who is on either side. So I don't want to be. I don't want that to be my take. I think there's other lives to people, and there's other way to. I don't know how to put it, but I'm not a big debater when it comes to religion. I don't know how I can get deep down, because even if you look at the issue between science and religion, the perennial debate between science and religion, right? Even the starting point of the debate is essentially the end point of the debate. They're both parallel. And so there is, like you say, science is not really, you cannot prove whatever is the debate cannot be backed up by science. And the religion, exactly, that's the point. That's why it's called religion, because it doesn't involve science. Yeah, but you might find some scientific cross path, but the point is about faith. So there is no way to scientifically prove religion, and at the same time, what scientists would say, whatever science religion is talking about, you can't find it. And so the religion also will say, exactly, we're not talking to you about science. We're talking about faith, that's faith.
Agreed.
And so I don't really get involved. But
Mm,
when it comes to all the issues of surrogacy, and
mm,
actually for me, it will be personal, or maybe not personal, but emotional.
Mm.
I don't generally. It's something I am I have a deep feeling about that. If people don't want to come into, I think the biggest problem is societal pressure. I think societal pressure for people to have children. I'm not saying to make a law like China one policy or whatever. No, not like that. But whether people have 100 children or don't have or have zero children, okay, it's not should be forced. It shouldn't be forced. I think traditionally society has always forced on people like if you don't have a child, you are outcast of the society. I think society should be able to embrace people that are not able to have a child. Not even just for the child, not even just for the person, but also for maybe the child doesn't want to come to the world. But no, that will I no I'm much doing I'm not a spiritual person, but if you ask me, I think that I will make the argument that I didn't want to come to the world, you know. But so I don't know how. So like even in our own tradition, then you will find women. I mean it depends on like I always say it's faith whether you believe or you don't believe it. People go to idols or Odisha, meet this god, meet that god to give you a child, all of that, and then the story down the line of how the child becomes whatever. And so, I mean, if there's not that pressure, you wouldn't have the push to go and ask the Odisha for. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. If that's your thing, it's okay. But like, if they, my point is how much percentage relief will be there? Like, if 10 people take a child from the Odisha, how many people would have got to take the child if there was no that societal pressure? Maybe only two people. Maybe it's only two people that is their thing. Maybe the other eight have been put in that condition because of the way the society is.
Yeah. Society
Much
pressure.
pressure
Yeah.
on people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Society
I agree.
pressure. No.
Mm.
Maybe the child doesn't want to come to the world. If somebody is unable to achieve something, so it shouldn't be the end of the world. Whether a woman, especially, I mean, of course, most especially it affects mostly women, but also it could be a man as well. But okay, but the man is not really that. I think it's mostly women. I don't think it's man. I think it's mostly women. But if a child doesn't want to come, a child doesn't want to come, and I
Fatah,
feel
if we
passionate
just
about that.
if we leave human being to be able to decide whatever they want without pressure, you see all those women under pressure to have children. Most of them will tell you they
They
don't
will
want to
not.
have. But because of the
They will not
pressure,
have pressure to
religion
have children.
pressure, societal pressure, and all these
Yeah,
castigating women, that is why people are under pressure.
yeah,
Fata, if you ask me,
yeah.
I want to be a baby girl for life. I don't want to use my
You
womb to have
see,
any child.
you see,
I want to
you
be
see
like
that
a pretty beautiful girl all my life. I don't want
that
to. But now some people will come in and run in and come and castigate. Doomsday, why are you saying this? Bro, that is my own opinion. That I love to keep my body.
Dupsy,
Yeah, I'm listening for
Dupsy.
time.
You
Go
know
ahead.
that's why that name cannot stand alone. I can't just be Dupsy. I have to be Dupsy baby now. You know, I have to compliment. That
But
has to be Dupsy baby.
I just want to be a baby girl for life at time. Doopsie baby. That's what
Dupsy baby. We can't stand alone.
that's who I want to be. But the society pushed me,
Don't
pressured me into that. So that's it for time.
uh,
Woman,
Princess
go
Rosie
ahead.
is here. Princess Rosie is in the room.
Yeah, yeah.
Princess Rosie in the house.
Oh, Princess Rosie, Happy New Year,
Princess
sis.
Happy
Rosie in the
New
house.
Love you
Year!
so
Happy New
much.
Year.
Happy New Year, Dusty
Happy
baby!
New
Happy
Year.
New Year,
Happy
Fatai!
New
It's
Year,
been a
darling. I
long
love you,
Happy
time.
New
Rosie.
Year.
Love
Love
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, love.
Please, can I
Happy
say something about
New
this
Year.
topic?
Go ahead,
Even though I
please.
just came in, I
Yeah, go
think,
ahead.
Dipsy baby, my princess, I think I differ a little bit from your opinion about women and childbearing. Because to me, I think it's kind of inherent in every woman to want to have a baby. Because remember, most girls, when they grow up, they want to play with baby dolls. They pretend they want, they pretend to be mama. They take the baby, they're feeding the baby, breastfeeding the baby, or bottle feeding the baby. Some people that are even so
Rosie, but
poor.
I must tell you
Yeah.
that the reality is totally different. The reality is totally
Yeah, but you know,
different.
but when growing up as girls, that's what
Yes.
girls, they play with dolls,
Yes,
they
but
want to
when
be
when
mama,
the
they
reality
want to have
dawns at
kids.
you, a
Yeah,
lot
but
of us chicken out. A
yeah,
lot of us can't
yeah,
parent properly.
yeah.
We are
So,
not
but I think,
natural nurturers,
yeah, I
so
think
it's not
women,
easy in the real
yeah,
life.
I think
Yeah.
women are nurturers because it's inherent in girls. Growing up, playing with dolls, being mama, being the baby mama. But later in life, when they grow up, they now see that, like me, let me tell you the truth. When I was very young, I used to tell my mom, oh, I'm going to have 12 children. My mom would just laugh. He said, yeah. I said, yes, I want to have 12 children. But man, when I had my first, even when I was pregnant, the first time I was pregnant with my first baby, do you know I was praying to God to take my life? I said, God, I don't want to deal with this because it was a very difficult pregnancy. I was praying for God to take my life with the pregnancy. And then eventually, when I was going to put to bed, at that time I was in London. I went to see the GP and they gave me some magazines to go through because I didn't have family with me. I saw a picture of a woman in labor. It was very graphic. Oh my God! I was like, God, is this what I'm going to go through? So it was very scary
Are you
for me.
sure, Princess? Are you sure that wasn't postpartum depression?
No, 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 no. But that was before I even had the baby. I was still pregnant. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
you're still pregnant. Okay, sorry.
I
Okay.
was still pregnant, yeah. So, I mean, I didn't have my mom or sisters, anybody around me. So, definitely, you're going to go to the doctor. They will tell you this. So, they were getting me ready, for the D-Day. They gave me some magazines. It was graphic. It was real life pictures of women giving birth, in in labor. I was like, oh my God, is this what I'm going to go through? So it was a very scary process for me, but thank God eventually I had it. I mean, I couldn't stand pain, so as soon as the pain started, I said, you know what, I told the doctor, I'm not going to go through this labor pain. Just cut me open and get out the baby. I can't deal with contraction 5 minutes apart before the baby comes out. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm going to be dead before I get to that stage. So I had a C-section. So that's why I'm saying that dream when I was growing up, oh, I want to have 12 babies, died with the first pregnancy. So I know it's inherent with girls to have kids, to have to be, but at times in life things change, and then you don't have those same opinion.
Mm,
And
mm.
then sometimes marriages, especially in Africa, I don't think in this Western world they put so much pressure about once you get married within 9, 12 months you must have a baby. They don't put that pressure on them as much
Uh,
as the
Madam,
pressure in Africa
Madam
do.
Rosie,
Yes.
Madam Rosie, can I jump in 1 minute second? I think I see your point totally. I also I would go along with your point, and also because I'm not a woman, so take my opinion with a little bit. You're not that strong.
Okay.
Don't take it too much. But I think the point of the argument is what is that Yoruba proverb say? When it becomes so on the normal course of stuff, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
of course, women are beautiful, I mean, children are, of course, beautiful thing, beautiful to have. But when it becomes by
Yes.
all means, by force, by fire, Mafi gon
Yeah.
go far. Say by force, by fire, I must have it. I think that's where the issue is. And that
Yeah.
by force, by fire is largely, I would let's say largely, a result of societal pressure. It's not, yeah. So it's not so much of a result of the female species desire from childhood. It's large percentage of it. I wouldn't, I don't know because I was never a female child, so I wouldn't. But I would just like outside observation, like it's largely societal pressure or a societal structure. Let's put it structure to be more general. Societal structure, and
I
so
think that
people.
pressure is mostly in African societies, not the Western world. I don't think the Western
Even
world, they don't put that pressure much in the Western world. The women here, that's why you
that's
find
why.
some women, they will tell you, I don't want my body messed up. I don't want to have a lot of,
But they
I
got
mean,
to that point, Rosie. It wasn't like that before. They too
Yes,
got to that
yes.
point. It's how human brain evolves. They got to that point
but what I'm saying that here
at a
in this
particular point.
society,
It
what
wasn't
I'm
like
saying
that
that,
before.
yeah,
Yeah.
what I'm saying that here in this society, in the Western world, a lot of I've come across a lot of women that say, I don't want to have kids. I don't want my body messed up. I want my boobs to continue to remain the way it is. I want my tummy flat. I don't want to have excess weight. So some women decide they don't want kids, and their partner agree with them. But I don't think in Africa any woman will have the guts to say that, especially in Yoruba culture
They are
or in
saying it
Igbo.
now, Rosie. Girls are getting
In
bolder now. Yeah.
in
They're
Nigerian
saying,
culture,
yes, they're saying it now. Yeah.
wow, I've never
Yeah.
met anyone.
Yeah. A lot of girls are coming forth. I don't want to use my body to carry a child. People like
Mm.
Iniendo. Yeah. Iniendo, had a surrogate child.
No,
So
but that was because she couldn't have it. Oh,
no,
sometimes
no, that wasn't
Isn't
I'm
that
because.
telling you,
selfish?
No, she
Isn't
no,
went to
that
do her
selfish?
body.
no,
No,
she couldn't
no,
have it. Remember, she was
no,
married and stayed here in
Dubai,
Houston.
no.
Dubai and princess.
After a
Dubai and
while, she
princess.
changed her mind. That's like
She's
she
No,
bringing
doesn't
she
that.
want to
was
use her body.
married. She
Oh
was here in
God.
Houston for so many years. She couldn't conceive. So let me
Yeah,
tell
she
you, there are
changed
some
her
girls
mind,
there
sis.
are some
She
girls
changed her
that
mind that she doesn't want to use that body
because she
because she
couldn't
went to do
have it.
lipo
No, it's
after a
because
while.
no, she couldn't have it
She
initially.
went to do lipo, sis. I'm telling you, she went to do lipo after a while and she decided that she's not going to use that body to
O-
carry a child. And
Okay,
that is
maybe
her own,
maybe that was after her marriage because she was married here in Houston. It didn't work out. It broke up, and then she went back to Nigeria. Maybe it was after that because while she was here in Houston, she tried several times to get pregnant for the man she married, but she
But
couldn't.
after she went for her lipo, she decided against
Okay,
it.
okay,
That's why
okay,
she
okay,
went
okay,
for. Let's hear Rational Mind, Princess. Let's Rational Mind comment.
okay.
Yeah.
Dubai and princess. One man, all of you. I want to ask a question. What was the reason given by before I make my because I have to bounce very soon. What was the reason the pontiff, the Catholic pontiff, said that was the reason why he said surrogacy is sinful or whatever however he typed it? What was the reason?
Yeah. I think I don't know. I don't think he gave a reason, but I think it's coming from the moral background that somebody that is going with the same sex doesn't even have the moral justification to raise a child. Probably that's his reason for saying that. Yeah.
So is he saying that people who are not women should not be having babies? Is that what he's saying, or that surrogacy in itself, that a woman, a man and a woman who wants to have kids, maybe the wife could not carry the baby,
No,
and
no,
then
no, no. He's talking about the same sex. Actually, that's where he's coming from.
oh,
It's
same
not
sex,
really. Yeah, yeah. It's
like
not really.
like in a lesbian relationship. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't know.
Well,
Do you have to shout it? Same sex is same sex. Why?
yeah,
Why must you?
they are both women, so they should be able to carry it. So if any of them wants to carry it, why not? But I'll give you my own view from my own
Yeah.
religious point of view. You see, one thing we need to understand about this surrogacy, in vitro, and all of that is that why to be scripturally or biblically wrong is that the process of achieving that surrogacy is it violates certain principles in the Bible. And what are these principles? Is that um, when, for example, if you kill a child, that's tantamount to murder. Even the child of an unborn child, the life of an unborn child is precious, is sacred to God. Like you read in the Bible when a woman was pregnant and maybe two men among the Israelites, if they fight and maybe they fight and they hit the woman slump and maybe died. I mean, maybe died or the woman died and the baby also died because the mom died. Then those people should give life for life. Or in even the process, where only the baby, the fetus, is affected, those people have to pay with their life still because if the mom survived, but the woman lost the baby in the process, those people still have to go. That's to let you understand the how sacred life is to God, how important is life, even the life of an unborn child. Now let us now understand that principle, and let's go to another area now. The process of achieving in vitro or surrogacy, which are eventually to be surrogacy in some cases, if the woman who has the eggs that was fertilized could not carry it, is that when they fertilize a woman's egg, I mean that if the Roman pontiff, which is the Pope, is coming from that angle, I can understand. But if that's not that his angle, but I just want to give my own view on that. Now, if the process of fertilizing an egg, they will fertilize multiple eggs, and the reason is because they want to see the one that is viable, the one that is free from defect, that has no problem, that the baby. I don't know if you guys have heard about. It's called designer babies. Now, if you want to, they will tweak it. There's a way they will tweak it in the laboratory. If you want that child to have a blue eyes, blonde hair, especially for the Caucasians, they can do that. The way they can tweak it in the laboratory. Whatever features you want, they will give it to you. And that's why they come up with that name, designer babies or something like that. So now the point I'm trying to say is that if they fertilize, say, like 10 eggs that was given by a woman, and they fertilize the eggs, now they will look into all those 10 eggs and look at the one that is viable. Now the question is, when does the life start? Now, if you look at the scripture, that's according from a biblical point of view. If you look at it, the Bible, there are references in the Bible that talks about embryos. So, if life or conception began at the embryonic, I can't even speak, embryonic, I don't know if that's the word, embryonic stage, then that says that when you fertilize an egg and it becomes an embryo, that's life in itself. And so, if in the laboratory, after they look at all the eggs that are viable, they will already fertilize the eggs that are not viable, what will happen to them? They will destroy them. That is the killing of life. You've killed lives, not even lives. You wasted them because you're experimenting, trying to see the one that is viable. And even in some process,
Rational mind, can I ask you a question?
hold on. Let me land. Because let me listen. Now, even if in the process that all the eggs are viable, they're all good. Some couples, they will just freeze them for some time, put those embryos somewhere, and maybe after a while they say. And another thing again is that there's a limit to when you can freeze that. You can freeze those even eggs or embryos. There's a limit you can do that. At some limit, it becomes like it's become too long. 15 years, that embryo will not be usable anymore. It will not be good anymore. Let us destroy it. Even when it's still viable, some people say just one enough one is enough for us. We just don't want the rest. Destroy them. You have killed life. That is why the ethics of that thing, the moral ethics that is scripturally or biblically, if you look at it that way, it is wrong because you destroyed life. Life begins at an embryonic stage. That is life. So,
Rational mind, can I ask you a question?
you say what?
Let me just wait. I just want to. Yeah,
all
my
right.
point is,
I'll ask that question, and then maybe after Rational Minds response, we move on. I think maybe we've overflogged this one, but ask that question, we get the response, and then we go to the $10 girl.
Rational mind, your point is that's the Christian angle or let me say the religious angle about people trying to play God, right? People trying to decide when life starts, when life ends, what is life, the different dimensions of life, and the religious point is that no, nobody can essentially play God. So that point is well taken. I think there's even a lot of debate. It's not even limited to this issue. It's limited to a lot of debate in artificial intelligence. There's a lot of debate about that. But there is a key here, which is that however you go with that argument, there still comes to a point where surrogacy affects largely. I mean, if you think about if you remove biological complications, just by itself, just by that essence, it affects largely same-sex couples because it affects largely them. So, but then the Pope is legalizing. I don't say legalizing. Whatever is how do I put it? He say it's okay. So it's okay the same-sex situation, but if there is a problem, if it's not okay surrogacy, so what happens to same-sex desires to have children? Because that only comes through surrogacy, largely. So it will make not adoption is not really making a child, but when it comes to making baby, can only come through surrogacy. So if you're saying same-sex is okay, how is surrogacy not going to be okay? So the other angle about people playing God, yeah, that is worth taking. But what about this angle? How does religion deal with this other angle, where religion, or in this section of religion, is saying this is okay with same sex, but it's not okay with what is going to enable them to make a child. So how does that play into their how does that, I think that's the part
I
where
didn't
I
quite
was saying
understand
I
your
go
question.
along with Dixie.
I didn't quite understand your question.
My question is, same sex is okay according to the Pope and maybe the position of the Catholic Church now. But if by that logic, if same sex is okay, how do same sex people make a child if surrogacy is not okay?
Oh well, you see, the issue here is not just. I'm not coming from the angle of people who are same sex trying to have kids. I'm coming from the issue of the some principles behind life, the sacredness of life. At what stage does life begins? Medically, I don't know. It's still being contested among medical in the medical field, but at the embryonic, I don't know if that's the one, embryonic stage, and at the level of an embryo, that is how, but at the level of conception, which is when the conception starts, when it becomes an embryo, right? Then that is when it's life. So when you destroy it, you've killed a life. You have no right to take any life. But some people it's still debatable today. Some women will tell you that my body, my choice. So my body, my choice means I can get rid of whatever is in me, whatever life is in me. So, but then my point is this: is that I'm not coming from the angle of same sex or no same sex. I'm just talking about that act, that procedure itself of conceiving a child. The process is wrought. It's it's complex, and the complexity allows for some kind of things to be done, because when you have fertilized 5 fertilized eggs from a single woman, but he only wants maybe 2 or 3, so what happens if the already fertilized ones? They will destroy it. So but you've killed that is murder. You've destroyed the life of a human. So if um what's it called, same sex, they decide to do it, either they are both lesbian or they are homos, well, the point is that they will still have to fertilize those eggs, and fertilize them. They become an embryo. Then at some point they cannot have all of them. They will only have maybe 1 or 2, and then maybe what happened to the rest? They destroy it. So that's just what I'm trying to say here. So I'm not coming from the angle of maybe it could be even heterosexual couples, like a man and a woman who want kids, and they have
Okay,
to.
rational mind.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next
Why why
topic.
why, why is this?
Other boy show,
For time,
Happy
no
New Year.
problem. Happy New Year to you.
Hold on.
Thanks
No,
so
move on,
much.
move on. Why you guys so
Hold
uncomfortable
on.
with this topic?
Thank
Are
you.
you guys uncomfortable with this topic?
We are not uncomfortable with it. We have spent like over an
Oh,
hour
yeah.
already.
If I didn't
Yeah.
want something, but then where it spend an hour on it, it's okay, no problem.
No, what's
It's okay.
better
Let's move
today?
on. No
What's
problem.
better today at Bere? Toba time. That's
All
Bere.
right, all right.
What is she there? Only Bawa Dasele? No. Abi.
No, but
Bawa
super, go on, go on. No, I'm here. I'm
Uh-huh.
here.
Okay, one man, please kindly play the video. One man. Oh, okay. I don't think one man is there.
Sorry,
No,
Dopsy
okay.
Mowabi.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
want me to play the video, or do you want to go to this $10 first?
Yeah.
Let me,
Okay. Yeah. Just
because
tell us about Otedola.
yeah, it's simply the headline piece. It's simply what she's saying on that screen right there. She's saying being a single childless woman in her 30s is terrible. So this is a billionaire daughter DJ Copy lamenting. So now, if somebody at that level of society, with all of, because her father just actually emerged as the 4th richest man in Nigeria, but with all of that wealth, she's in her early to mid 30s, and she's really struggling to settle down. And that panic, of course, of the biological clock and everything. So it's that space then, the time for a woman to marry and circumstance. She's a pretty girl. There's no concerns about money. So what's the difficulty?
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I think she's been sarcastic. I'm not sure because I think I saw the original post. I think she put like a laughing emoji in there. Anyway, I don't know. So, but if she thinks she's not happy, and that's another societal pressure. I'm not sure DJ Copy is even, I don't know, her behavior. Is she matured in her mind to have babies? I don't know. I'm not judging her. So if she thinks she's getting older and she wants to have, yeah, let her go ahead. It's not compulsory she must have a spouse before she has a baby. If she really thinks she really wants a baby, I think there are different ways to that. So I think she should go ahead and have it.
I
But
think
then,
her
yeah.
lamentation is that she can't actually find a partner to start a family.
Oh, is a partner per se, not babies. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
so she's single. She's
Yeah.
not yet started a family.
Mhm.
She's round about 33 thereabout, and then
Okay.
the panic is starting to set in.
Okay. I think it's just the societal pressure. Okay, that's what I want to know. So I didn't realize, yeah, she was complaining about a man. Okay, not babies. So they're two different. I don't know why people put it together. If you're really looking for a man, you have to let us know you're looking for a man. So if you're talking about babies, I'll be thinking that you're looking forwards to nurture a human being. I don't know. So sometimes people just bring it up together like that. If it's a man, a spouse, probably okay. Then she should, go to the right places. I don't know. I don't know what the pressure is to I don't know what the pressure is for her to date a man now. So if it's about societal pressure, DJ Copy, take it easy. You're a pretty lady. You're still gonna have one at some point, I think. And if you don't have Omojayo, you have the money now. Just take good care of yourself and have fun. Don't let anybody pressure you into this thing. That's what we are still saying. Do not pressure, do not dictate to people. Let them decide whatever they want to do with their lives and let them go ahead and do it.
Can a woman feel truly fulfilled without her starting a family, without having
Yes. It's just the way we have been brainwashed about these things. I think you can feel fulfilled if you have the right, if you have a good mindset regarding this life. I think you should be able to be fulfilled. Somebody like me, I will be fulfilled without a husband or children, one man, because I know I would have done greater stuffs with my time. Do you understand? So I don't know about anybody, and nobody should rush in to come and say, "Doctor, are you telling women?" No, I'm not saying that. It depends on what they want. If you want a husband, look for one. Do the right steps that you're supposed to do to get you the kind of man you're looking for. I'm not against it. I'm married myself. Do you understand? But I'm just saying that if it's somebody like me in DJ's Copy's shoes, I wouldn't look for. I wouldn't think I need it. I'll be fulfilled. I'll be doing greater things. I'll be impacting humanity. That's what I'm saying. So if your own is for you to be desperate all your life,
you know that
looking for him.
Dupsy, you know that as you get older, your social circle starts to get defined.
I'm not
And
even
then
talking about social circles at this moment. I'm talking about my impact. I will have a greater impact in this world that we live in
yeah, but you
because I
still
will
have
have
a
that
social
time.
cycle. You still have
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
you still have friends and family.
I
And
agree
and
totally.
all of those are people that fall within your bracket. They've
Mhm.
gone into relationships, they've started families. And when you go to social gatherings, that becomes increasingly more pronounced. So you can't hide away in some careerists enjoying life forever, and that pressure. By the age of 33, 35, the average girl, 80% of our friends are in settled relationships with one or two children, and that's where the pressure comes from.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That somebody like me, I'm not talking to any other person. Somebody like me won't be pressurized. I won't, because me, I know they look Uche face, and I don't really listen to what people think about me. Is what I think about myself, and is what I want to do. I have that kind of confidence, woman, and I
The,
don't believe every
the,
woman has
the,
it. And I'm not judging them. Yeah, I'm listening, Rosie. Go ahead. somebody is trying to interject. Who's the person?
No,
Is that Rosie?
sorry, this is
Yeah.
Rosie. Can I say something?
Yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah.
please.
Please. I mean, what I feel is the Tupsi. You see, God has blessed you. You got a husband that loves you, that you love, and blessed you with kids. You understand? But there are some women that want what you have. They want to be happily married. They want to have kids. So it's a pain in their heart. But for you that have achieved it, you might not think it's a big deal. You
Mm.
understand what I'm saying?
And I'm not judging them, Rosie. It's
Yeah,
okay for you
I know
to
you're not
have that
judging them.
desire.
I
It's
know you're not
okay. Yeah.
judging them, but what
Mm.
God has given you, He
Mm.
has blessed you. You are
Mm.
satisfied. But some people
Mm.
don't have that. And they
Yeah, and I'm not
want,
judging them. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not
and they
judging them.
want
Mm.
that. They want to have a home. They want to have kids that call them mommy. They want to have that fulfillment in their life. You understand? But for you that have gotten it, you might think, it's not a big deal. Maybe if I didn't have it, maybe if I'm single and untouched, I would have gotten to greater heights. You understand what I'm saying? You might be
I
feeling
would
that
have.
way.
It's a categorical statement. I would have.
Yeah, yeah,
I would have. It's a
yeah,
I'm not even capping. It's a categorical statement, Rosie.
yeah,
I
yeah.
would have. And
I
if you
know.
really desire the kind
Yeah,
of life that I live in, I'm not judging you. It's okay. It is your
yes,
decision. It is
yeah.
what you want, and it's
So,
good. But
yeah,
I'm
so
just
that's,
saying. I'm just
yeah.
saying that's my own. Do
I
you
know it's
understand?
your own. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. That to you, it might not be a big deal, but to them, it is their utmost desire that they want it. And for somebody like Otedola now, she might be scared. It's not, I'm sure it's not that she hasn't had men coming to her, but she might be thinking they're coming to her not out of love, but out of things they want to get from her. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a time, sometimes in our life, we get to a certain a stage in our life, we don't feel, we think people coming to us are coming to us because of what they want to get from us, not because of what that they sincerely love us. So maybe that's the reason why she hasn't settle down right now to marry, because most men that will be coming to her want her wealth and not really for love. And then she still have that simple heart that she might want to have a man that loves her and get kids and have a settled home. That's what I think. So sometimes if we have certain things, sometimes it doesn't seem like my younger sister now. She's not I mean, she's married, but she's not been blessed with kids. Every time she has this pain, oh, I wish I had kids. I always tell her, look, having kids is not the ultimate, my dear. Having kids, I mean, not having kids shouldn't make you down. Just try to find some fulfillment in your life.
Mm.
Don't
Thank you
think,
for your encouraging words
yeah,
to her that you're not
yeah.
putting her under any pressure.
Yeah, I said,
Thank you
don't
for
think
that.
having
Yeah.
kids is the ultimate. I said, no. There are I said, look, because when people die, that's what I always tell her. When you go to the graveside, you don't see places where they say, oh, this one was a barren woman, do not have kids, or this one have 50 kids. I said, when we die, we all gonna go back to the earth, to the ground. Whether you have a million kids or whether you don't have no kid. And I've never seen somebody that died and they said, oh, because he didn't have kids, she was not buried. They tossed her to the dumpster. So I said, look, God will raise up people that will be like kids for you at your so I try to that having kids is not the ultimate. But I'm sure if I were in her shoes also, I might have been feeling that way too. But because I'm fulfilled, I have a husband, I have kids, I'm happily married. So I just think, my dear, that's not the end of life. That's not the ultimate. So that's why I'm saying that sometimes when we have all these things, it doesn't seem like a big deal to us anymore. But other people that don't have it just think, oh, my life is not fulfilled except I'm married and I have kids.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Rosie, for what you just said about your sister. And I love the way you encourage her. And this is what I do too. I don't want you to feel low to me because I'm happily married with children. And somebody that is of my age mate or older or younger than I myself, I don't want you to feel bad. I want you to have the confidence as a woman. Continue to do whatever you know how to do best. Sometimes, someday, probably somebody will come along, then you start raising kids. I don't know. It might happen, it might not happen. But please enjoy the moment that you live in now. Don't think because somebody else has it all. No, as we are married to it, everything is not rosy here. As a married couple, it's not rosy with kids. we still struggle.
You,
Just
you know what I
avoid the
noticed,
struggle.
Dopsy?
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
most miserable
Mm.
people that I really run into, the most miserable friends I have are usually the married ones. I mean, what I'm saying, I'm not saying marriage is bad or anything, but what I'm saying is this idea that the married people are the happy ones. It's not true, man. I mean, happiness is not really defined by marriage or all these things. And you guys are using the word fulfillment. Can anyone really be fulfilled in his life? I don't think so.
No, that's how we have been brainwashed. Somebody wrote in the comment section, Dupsy, you don't know the pain because you are already settled. Because I'm married,
Really.
she's assuming I'm settled. So DJ
She
Copy is not
exactly.
settled because
They're
she's not
assuming
married.
because
I
you're
don't like
happier
that
than
word
the
at all. I
they
don't. We have
believe.
been wired to think that way, Mike, and it's so
And
sad.
it's sad. It's really
They
sad.
somehow believe that you're
Mike,
happier than the one
Dupsy,
that's not married,
Mike,
which is not
Mike,
true.
Dupsy, Dupsy, do you know what you sound like? You
Yeah.
sound like a millionaire telling a pauper that money is not everything. You
yeah,
sound like a
But
millionaire
that would be a true statement. Money is not everything.
yeah,
that
but
money is
Money is
not
not
yeah,
everything,
everything.
woman.
but the
One
truth
man, are you
is
saying
that
a millionaire is automatically more happier than a non-millionaire?
no,
No,
money
no, but
don't bring you
no, no.
joy.
Listen, Mike.
Money brings you comfort, but it
Imagine
doesn't
you're
give
a
you joy.
millionaire and then you go into a ghetto and somebody that cannot feed themselves or their family, you are saying to that person that, no, I am a millionaire, but money is not everything. What
Well, you
people
can't compare that to
no,
the
but that's what
married
they're
and
saying.
non-married person. I
Dupsy
mean, we
has
understand.
all
Mm-hmm.
of the things that this
No,
girl has,
the
and
people that can't feed themselves, we are saying that that's more like you're in pain. You lacking the necessity of life. That's more of a bad condition.
That's
But you
true.
can't compare
That's true.
that to someone saying he's married. So you are not married. That means your life is less or you're less happier.
Yeah, but
I
the
don't
thing is
believe
that
that.
marriage is not the ultimate
It's
because
not.
marriage takes a lot of compromise. It takes a lot of sacrifice for it to work. Because if you are single, you might decide to stay all day in the bed without doing anything. You can just jump up and say, "You know what? I want to go out." But once you are married,
Thank you,
there are
Rosie.
certain
Thank you.
obligations you have to fulfill as a mother, as a wife. You have to make sure your husband is well fed, your kids are well fed, the house is running fine. If you want your man to be happy, you want your kids to be happy. You cannot stay in bed, today, oh, I feel like being lazy. You just stay in bed and be watching movies. No, it's a lot of sacrifice. And then sometimes your career, it affects your career. Like me, there are certain roles at my place of job that I would love to take, but I cannot because it needs more commitment.
Thank you, Rosie.
It needs
Thanks so
more
much for saying
commitment.
that.
Hold
So
on.
They say
I
life is not a bed of
yes,
roses. It
I
can
so
never
I
be a bed of
cannot
roses.
I
Check,
cannot
but,
balance I
but, check,
cannot
but,
balance that
Simple
commitment
Mikey.
with my
Simple Mikey.
commitment at home. So it's a lot of sacrifice,
Princess.
but that's what people don't know. They just
Princess.
think we're married. Yes.
Hold on. I mean, I'm surprised that what's his name? Mikey.
Mike,
Simple Mikey. And Otlam Torukwe, Dupe, Dupsy, that they are changing mouth today. That when I was saying here the other day, yes, that marriage is all about sacrifice. When we're talking about debating the issue of that lady that was pregnant and the husband has to go out 4 o'clock and she has to cook, make the guys food in the morning. What are we talking about now? So you people gradually are now realizing that it's all about sacrifice. You see, the
when
thing.
did I say that just now? And did
No,
No. I'm
Dupsy
going back to what you said.
has always said marriage is a lot of work. She has not
Ah,
said
thank you, Jare Rosie.
she
Yeah,
has
Ìyẹn màmá
always
yẹn attack
said
me.
marriage
Ọmọ èèyàn
is
tó
a
wà in
lot of
love
work.
pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tí wọ́n dẹ̀ wà in
She
love
has
pẹ̀lú mà
always
ní
said
boy tó
there
wà
are
lórí
certain
ibi.
things she wants to
That
do.
boy he crushes somebody all the time.
No.
He's
I
always
mean, I
attacking.
have to stand up for my Dupsy. She has
No,
always said marriage is
you're
a
just
lot
standing
of
up right
work.
for her. She was here saying, you were here too, Princess. You were here when we were debating it. When she was like, no, you cannot force a woman to do whatever she can do. If she doesn't want to do, she doesn't want to wake up around 4 o'clock. It's her right. It's her choice.
no,
I
that
mean,
we're talking
No,
about
that was not. We
unnecessary
were talking about
sacrifice. We
Rosie,
are
Omugo.
don't
talking
mind
about
this
We
guy.
were talking
unnecessary
Don't
about
mind him.
sacrifice.
Omugo. Dipsy was saying,
unnecessary
don't expect your
sacrifice.
mother-in-law to come and do Omugo for you. If you cannot do it, that
Change
not
the
all women is cut out for Omugo.
Rational
Rosie,
mind, let
That
me
was
help you.
that.
There's a
Lumaiye.
difference between
Rosie,
a good
Lumaide.
sacrifice and a waste sacrifice. You understand? Unnecessary sacrifice, just off ahead. There's a big difference between that. We are make it's like an investment. We are investing in something that will yield
Yeah, it
dividends,
takes a
and you
lot.
are investing in something where you lose.
What's the
I
best
mean, life is about measuring. So we're not saying sacrifice is wrong. You just what we're saying is unnecessary sacrifice is what doesn't
what's
make
the
sense.
sacrifice in a relationship? What's the unnecessary sacrifice in a relationship? Let us go. Let us get to that.
Right now, why are you talking like you are not married? Does it mean your marriage is like
Hold on.
100%? There's not some
Hold on. Hold
flaws.
on. Hold on. That's not the angle I'm coming from. I'm coming from a different
Okay.
angle.
Because when we are saying that it's a lot of sacrifice, it's a lot of compromise. That's what we mean. Two people living
Yeah,
together
yeah.
is not an easy
I'm
thing.
sure.
Let me tell you what's unnecessary sacrifice. Rational mind, right? When you feel like because someone wants to eat sandwich in the morning, right? You cut yourself 8 hours of sleep. You only sleep 3 hours, right? Because of sandwich. Now that 3 hours will eventually lead to giving you a health problem because, of course, medically they say you're supposed to be sleeping, having at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Now you're making sacrifice for sandwich over your health, right? So that sacrifice for sandwich is unnecessary sacrifice. That's what we are saying. You are waking up to wake up, give your wife or your husband sandwich at 4 in the morning when you have to go to work at 7. Because we sacrifice, you have to eat sandwich. But when there are alternative, there are other ways to go about it where you can make the sandwich night before, or maybe your husband can say, you know what, get your 6 hours sleep. I will just pick up sandwich at this on my way somewhere. So that's what we are saying. But to say, you have to make sacrifice now,
Then
you just wake up
apart
because you're
from
a
that,
wife. You should.
Can I say something
Our
now?
culture say, because my grandmother used to wake up at 4. You have to wake up at 4.
Hold on.
That's what we are saying. That's
apart from
unnecessary
that,
sacrifice.
my
Hold
honorable
on.
Mike, apart from
Can I say
that,
something?
for a
No, the
man,
princess,
sacrifices in marriage for a man is like sometimes you marry a woman, maybe you are better off, you have money, you have everything, you marry a woman that has nothing, then you have to share everything you have equally with the woman, your wealth, your name. The woman can spend your money the way she wants. You understand? This is sometimes you have worked so hard for this money, but when the woman wants to spend, she goes bam 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 and keep blowing the money. That's sacrifice. If you don't want to do that sacrifice, you'll be like, you know what? This is
Let me ask this question, and then maybe you can come in off the back of it, rational mind. Do you think part of the difficulty that this girl is having is her father's wealth? Because who comes in terms of men, who comes, we know the gold chasers, but who comes within that bracket of a viable sort of a young man that can marry a multi-dollar billionaire's daughter? Do you think one of the difficulties, because she's pretty now, she's not fantastically looking, but she's presentably pretty, and she seems somewhat reasonably decent? So what's the impediment? I suspect that is that $1 billion tag that she comes with. A rational mind.
Yeah, woman. First of all, let me just quickly talk about what Mike said. Mike, you see, sometimes you just come here, you just spin things the way it comes into your head. Listen to me. It's all about sacrifice. If a woman wakes, if you decide to wake up to make your husband a sandwich, you are telling me, give me an example that a doctor said, oh, doctor does not say when a woman will have to go and do night shifts. If she's a nurse, she will work night shift, taking care of people, do or whatever. Of course, she get paid for that. But what's the difference? If I
Well,
have to go,
you just think she gets paid for that. Now you're asking me what's the difference.
hold on, you spoke. Let me speak. There's no difference there.
There's
It's not,
difference.
it's not about no. There's no difference there. You see, you can
There is
spin it.
difference. You just said it different now. You just said it. She gets paid for that.
You spoken. You spoken. The point is that you are saying doctor said, oh, during night time. I mean, during early morning time is when you should be sleeping. You should not be working. But some people are working, laboring, flipping burger, doing work in warehouse at night. Women are working when they're supposed to be sleeping, but they are working because they're getting paid.
Because it's necessary. They have to get paid.
Why can't you do the same thing? That's a sacrifice for your husband. If need be, don't get me wrong. If need be, if both of you agree that okay, I'll fix your lunch, your lunch for you, your breakfast lunch for you together, you take to work in the morning before you leave. And you spend a half. You see, let's not overplug this something. It's something I think we've already discussed in the past. But this is your logic of saying that Because
But rational man, your husband does not pay you for fixing his lunch, breakfast, and dinner. When you go to work and you work your ass off, you get paid. You get financial
You see what he doesn't
That's the
understand.
difference.
He does.
Hold on. There's no difference there. There's no difference. It's all
What do you
about.
mean there's no difference? We keep pointing the difference to you, and you keep asking us, keep saying there's no difference. We're pointing it out to you. You yourself pointing it out. You say they get paid.
Mike,
Let me just say.
And if they
rational
have a
Mike.
choice to get a different job,
No.
wait. If they once they find
Rational
another
Mike.
job, hold on
Let me
now.
continue. It's my space. Let me continue.
Rational Mike, it's not your space. Me, if one space coco now.
Now,
If I want to hear from Baba Jale Coco.
this
Me, if one space coco.
Ṣé wàá jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀?
Oh, yes, so Roy, keep Baba Jale Coco contribute.
Tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí, you want to, okay, let me just take that. Now, one man, to your question. You see, I've always wondered, those two, as far as I know, the two daughters of that billionaire man named Otedola, I've wondered, is it Copy and his sister? The other time, I think I saw the sister, I think there's one on the screen there. If that's the one, I think she was in Iceland with maybe her boyfriend. She has a blog. I think she has a YouTube channel where she documents her travel and things like that. I think I was watching some many months ago like that. And he seems to have with this another celebrity guy dating another celebrity. I don't know who that guy is. You see, the problem you see with some of this, I'm so surprised why Otedola is not getting his act right when it comes to his female daughters. Because you see in Nigeria, there's this trend that Galuje's daughter married.
Sorry, Rational Mind. Do you think Otedola is trying to be too much like a hip hop sort of cool dad than actually being a real father? Because he wants to be part of the scene somewhat, rather than a father should be boring and not at all interesting, and he wants to be down with the kids and all of this nonsense, rather than laying down the law and say Lomo Koewa and all this sort of thing.
You see, he's a Yoruba man, but I don't know the kind of Yoruba man that he is. Maybe he's that kind of the liberal type that some people criticize on this platform, that he's too liberal, too woke, or whatever it is. I mean, I think I see that too in him, but I don't know much of him to be able to speak to that. But as far as we see in the public, in the social media or whatever, how he carries himself. But the thing is this: I just want, maybe because of the kids are very highly educated. Like that DJ Copy, I think they said she has $1 million, £1 million home somewhere in the UK. She lives by herself. I mean, I've had people say they see her at different clubs with different guys. I mean, I don't get it, because these girls they are almost like 30. I think Copy should be about 30 now. He's your younger sister. I don't know. Let me not say much about. Everybody has their own life. My own daughter got married at at the age of 20, 21, she got married. Now she's free. I mean, she has a child that's over 10 now. I mean, almost 10, yeah, at least about the same. So my point is this: you see, everybody will decide. But one thing is that you see, there's a trend now that it says that if a woman is going beyond 30, 35, it becomes very hard for her to have, because we're talking about issue of baby having, because mostly in relationships, it's all about having kids in most relationships. Let's forget this crap that people try to sell us here. That although I know there are some couples who will say they don't want kids, that in itself comes with its own consequences too. Because at some point we've seen the divorce rates among such couples.
She just recently turned 31, so I think this is in response to that. I think this now this outcry is here.
Well, woman, I think as a father, needs to be active in the life of those kids. Now, I'm not saying she pressured them, but I think the kids too. I think there's something they've done. They've catched this niche for themselves of, they kind of like, no man wants to have a woman who is always like in the public domain. He wants to, like, the way they carry themselves, like, especially that Copy. She acts like, we know she's a celebrity, but if I'm a man of my age, I will see her as a trouble.
Sorry, what actually makes her a celebrity? That is money.
Well, she's a DJ. She's seen in many clubs doing turntable and all those kind of crap. I mean, let me just say crap.
Dulce, how long is this your show? Because I know you always want to shut it down after 1 hour.
I want to move on now.
Other people got to talk. Transfer and Rational might like to hug the mic, and they don't. It's not like we are enjoying what they are saying.
Rational should be coming for your own show, not mine. I don't want people that wants to hijack the show.
You want me coming here?
I don't want it. I don't want anybody that come and hijack the show.
Farabale. You want me to come here and be singing Kumbaya, me hugging you? Is that what you want?
No, we're just saying this to make your point so other people can talk. It's not like you hug the mic and
never hug me. You can never hug me. That's your dream. To hug me is not possible. You can never hug me. You can't hug me. Get that straight and have peace. Baba, you can continue, sir.
I turn on my heater here. The heater in my house.
You need to control your show, man. I mean, control your show. Tell us when to should talk next.
The boy wants to hug me. He can never hug me.
Tell him to go and hug Transformer, man. You know.
One man is asking his question, and I'm answering his questions. What is the?
Well, it's too long now. Just make your point. It's not like answering question, talking, reading essay.
Let him land. Land, and then we move on.
But it won't land now. That's the thing.
It doesn't land, Baba.
Give him a little more
time. But Dulcie show only last one. She will end the show in an hour. She's not like one man that hang around for 8 hours. So she's going to end the show in like 1 hour. She wants to make a quality show by giving some allowing people like Remy to talk. So because Remy will make a good point and short, you know.
Let Baba talk before Remy. Baba has to go before Remy. So
it will have landed now. All these.
Okay, Rational might land.
No, me land more. Mama, you and I will discuss that maybe in a different time. When we have a time.
Okay, thank you, Baba. Continue, please. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, Happy New Year to Dupsy, to Rosie, to Fatai. I think those are the new members that we have not seen this year. So, Happy New Year to you guys. So, what's going on concerning this lady? She's saying she's having difficulty to have someone to marry her, or what?
She didn't even talk about marriage, sir. She was lamenting about babies, that she's in her 30s and no baby yet. Yeah.
Is she married?
No, she's not married.
How does he want to get a baby when she's
That's why I said I'm confused as well.
The last guy she dated, a boxer, they got engaged, and after a while they are off of the engagement again, just like 2 or 3 months ago. That was a white guy from UK.
So the last one, is it they engaged and a month ago?
Yeah, it's like they engaged. The guy engaged her, and I don't know what happened. Just 2 or 3 months ago, she went on the internet again announcing that she's no more dating the guy anymore. So.
Well, that should tell us a lot, that in the first place, she doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know what she really wants to do. I mean, what is it that might be responsible for that? Maybe it's a spoiled child. The father, like one man was saying the other time, that could it be as a result that the father, spoiler or something like that. I think, you see, at 31, I think by now she should have known what she should have been married in the first place. And she
or at least
Baba, don't judge her. Baba,
or at least be with a recognized boyfriend.
Baba Denny, don't judge her. Baba and one man, leave her. Don't judge her. She's still looking for. Let her look aside for patiently. No rush, DJ Copy.
If at 31 she's not married, something is wrong. Something is seriously wrong with her. That is just the truth. We cannot lie to ourselves. What is responsible? Is it our job or
Baba, what? Do you realize you are putting some people under pressure as they are listening to you today, sir?
No, let me tell you.
You're putting them under a big pressure. Baba, don't put people under pressure now. Let them look for. They will find after a while.
Let me say this. Look.
Okay, sir.
Don't distinguish between who we are as Yoruba. I want to talk in from the point of being a Yoruba person. She's a Yoruba girl. The father is a Yoruba man. So, from the point of being a Yoruba man, if a lady is not married at 31, something is wrong. That is the general, belief in Yoruba.
But she was raised British now.
Okay, the father is a Yoruba man. She's raised British. Whether we like it or not, a Yoruba man raised her. Okay, so something is wrong. Where is that problem coming from? That is where we want to look at. Is it as a result of a career that make it impossible for her? So gotten married at 31, or is it because
let me add this. You asked if it's as a result of a career. You see this sometimes. There's a window for education, and then there's a window for being a young person about town. So sometimes some people stay too long in that window. I think she stayed in too long in that window of girl about town, and then suddenly she woke up to see that she has hit a certain stage of life.
Yeah. So if, like I was saying, could it be as a result of career? I don't think career should push a woman or hold a woman down not to marry. You understand? I don't think so. I'm talking from Yoruba perspective now. I don't think so. So, and for her to say, oh, she want to go, which way does it say she want to go? She want to go and get a child through surrogate means, or what she's saying she want to do? Hello? Can somebody hear me?
Yeah, I think she's just trying to talk about
No, she's just she's not actually gone down that route, but I think she's just because she's recently turned 31, and 31 is that very quick journey to 40, and then and I think it's the panic of now firmly in her
So which
30s.
of them is that? Is it copy or the sister?
This is copy. This is
the
copy. I think the sister is actually in a relationship.
But let me say this one more before you continue. Hey, resize again. She's getting all on blow up with the kind of. I don't know that. I mean, it's been a while I saw her. I don't know. The
He
last time I
won't know
saw her,
more. That is another man's specs. That is another man's specs. Lord Jokwara, that is another man's specs. Don't body shame her.
Those things, can I come in real quick? Can I
Come in,
just add something?
Mike.
I'm still talking now.
But Dulce is the host now. She decide who talks now.
You'll be putting people in now.
Rationama, just host your own show. One man will give you a session. We'll come. Then
What is going on? What is going on here?
I asked the host, can I say something? She said yes. Then let me say something now.
Rejected is speaking, and she land, then another person that want to.
Yeah. I can't go continue. Go. Just go.
Okay, can I quickly interject? I mean, okay, all right. So this is what I noticed. It's a pattern with these female celebrities or popular women or these wealthy and all. They tend to, when they want a husband, they go to wrong places. So trying to find a husband. I don't know her. I don't know if she's actually looking for a husband. Then I think she's actually looking in wrong places. Because what they do is they go into the celebrity scene to try to get a husband there. So a celebrity guy is not a husband material. Those guys, they are rich. All they want to do is use their money to enjoy women, bunch of women, sleep with most beautiful women. That's the life they want to live. And if you are assuming that that's where you find your husband, another celebrity, or in a party scene, then you're wasting your time. If she's really serious about trying to find a responsible husband, she has to go to where responsible men.
Okay, can I ask you?
And just land. a responsible man will be more of a career guy who's busy with a career. He's not in a party scene. He's not a celebrity. Kind of like him, Amanda did. She went to marry a doctor, a medical doctor. Those are the areas she got to be. These things she's got to spend her time to catch a husband. But if she thinks it's another celebrity, a football player, a soccer player, there was a time she was dating this Premier League player, another Niger boy. What's his name? Achubi, whatever. It didn't work out because those guys have a lot of women in their in their circle, like, and with their wealth, what they want to do with their money is enjoy so many beautiful women. So she's in the wrong thing. So she has to go to the right thing to catch the husband. She really wants the husband. I'm not saying that's what she wants, but if that's the case, because it's the same thing with a lot of Black American female celebrities. They want to date another celebrity. You're wasting your time. Anyway, go ahead.
Baba Jai, can I interject just for 1 or 2 minutes?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. To me, I think there are 3 factors I look at. The first one, I will talk about the father. The father, being a wealthy man and also have an open mind, allow his daughter to do whatever they want. And you can see that there is a lot of money and it really spoiled these girls. So for Copy follow her career, which she want to be a DJ, but at the same time she studied hard, went for masters and everything. To me, I see a young, confused woman. She wants a man that is popular, and at the same time, she also wants a man that will truly love her. She is afraid that most men that come to her life, maybe whether they are wealthy or not wealthy, they are also after the money. So this is a confused state. That is one. Then second, unfortunately for her, our younger sister already engaged with a millionaire also, Mr. Easy, a musician. So I don't know whether they have gotten married, but I know that one got really engaged and they're about to get married. So she's in a confused state. At 31, she cannot find a good man. Mike, you are right. The circle she's looking around, oh my God, that is an easy way to lead to divorce in future. Because if you have the money, I was even surprised, like the father have a lot of people, professional, working for him. And the father has to have a lot of wealthy, rich circle. I don't know, as a Yoruba man or as a Nigerian, I'm not totally talking about matchmaking. But if you are wealthy, there is chance that this Copy will know the children of other wealthy people. And those guys, they are also well educated. And I'm sure that she can also find someone from that kind of range. So I don't know. So now she's in a fix now. Our younger sister is about to get married. She does not have a man at 31. And at this stage, any man that is going to marry her, she wants somebody that she truly think the person should love her, not because of the money. And she also wants to find a celebrity that everybody will know and the person will truly love her. You cannot have your cake and eat it. So I think the parents have a lot of things to do now. If truly the father loves her, I think the father should just call her and the other parents, I mean the mother or whatever, and really talk to her. That you have to calm down. Probably you have everything you desire for. I think if truly she really want to marry, and I also think because she was raised just like an Oyinbo kid, some of these things will also affect her, thinking, okay, I can date any white girl. But the white guy too, they might not really care too much or something like that. I think at the end of the day, the parents have a lot of things to do to make her find the right suitor. Because for her, she won't find the right one. The parents have to help her. That's just my submission for now.
And please, people should know that this girl is not crying for a shooter. She said she talked about babies actually. So you can never say she's looking for a man outrightly.
Do you think this girl can just have a baby out of wedlock? Do you think that is a good public relation for the entire family of Otedola?
She's a woke woman.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Don't say that. Oh. No, they can't allow. Have you ever met some rich people? Their way of life, so many things that they will.
Well, that's what you desire. What's wrong with it?
Oh yeah, Mileno. You like to judge people too much. Where
You
Baba
will
Dele go
say
for
what they
control?
will say. Just like one man will say, but they will say this. So when you go to this
Then they
thing,
will
all your
keep
friends.
quiet after a while.
Yeah, exactly. All your friends are this thing. You are the only one. See, that's the problem. That's where the cause of people's misery when they want to live their life because of other people. You have to live your life,
No,
find your own
I'm not
happiness,
saying that. You
and
are
find
just
your own joy. If you
Mike.
desire to just have a baby, just
Let's
do it.
stop judging people,
Mike,
please.
Mike,
Let's
there
stop
is
judging
something
Exactly.
you
people.
Mike, there is something you should also realize. This is I guess this is the second child of Etodela, and that I
Okay.
think the mother is still married to the man. The first daughter, I think probably the woman already left Otedola when it was not as rich as this. The family dynasty should be there. The business should be there, and marrying the right person also to take over the business after the father would have retired. So many things they will have to consider. Okay. So
Well,
I think
well,
I like the father giving her a free hand. Go out there, pick your right man. But it's getting late. I'm not saying it's totally late, but it's getting a little bit. At 31, it's not easy nowadays. But I think she'll find the right person. I think she's worried too. Okay, she's kind of worried and confused.
Okay, I think you see, I believe her parents have done so much for her
Mhm.
uh, in terms of advising her to, live a good life and marry the good person. And I believe that she doesn't listen. You know, children that are raised in the Western world, um, because of the freedom, mentality and the way the system raised them, they believe they should be able to, you know, do things on their own, particularly when they're after 18. They can make the right decision for themselves. Most of the time, um, they won't make the right decision. They'll be making wrong decision, and before they know it, wrong decisions after wrong decision will lead them into miserable life. So, um, yes, Mike says something that her focus is mostly on celebrity, like her. I don't think that is. Since she's tried it several times and it didn't work for her with celebrity, I think she should start looking out of the box, looking for a moderate, um, how do I describe it? Um, what do they call it? What do they call people that are not poor and are not rich? Middle class. Looking for a moderate middle class man that will really love her and will really commit his life with her, and um, I think that is the only way out. Because you look, when you tried one thing and does not work for you, you try another thing. So she had tried the celebrity side, it's not working for her. I think she should look for a moderate, a young man. I mean, a middle class that is ambitious, is a good guy. I believe that is where she will get the right man. So it's just the system, and the parent could be responsible too. But I don't want to totally emphasize on that. I believe every Yoruba parent will surely advise their children, oh, Eleyoda, do this, do this. I believe that. But children raised in America, United States, Western world, they believe they can do things on their own. And so I think that is where um, she should be advised to look for a moderate, somebody at the middle class that can really love her. And I believe she will get the right man from there. It's unfortunate at 31 in Yoruba land. I keep saying if a woman in what do you call it, 31 and is not married, something is seriously wrong. Seriously wrong. In Yoruba land, we believe it could be
Is Yoruba land still Yoruba land?
no, no, hold
With
on.
these Gen Zs,
Oh, oh,
most of them don't even speak Yoruba again.
hold on, one, Mike. You are a Yoruba and you are a traditionalist.
But I'm saying this generation, they are not like that. They are
No, no,
not
no,
cultural
don't say
anymore. They are not
that.
cultured anymore.
No, that is what is killing us
They
as
are more
people.
British. I agree. We need
Hold
to
on.
bring the culture back, but the culture is going. It's going.
No, hold
So
on now. Let me land. That is what is we are the one killing the culture. It is not the culture that is killing itself, but we are not even living that our cultural life. We are not. We don't even take our culture serious. So you understand what I'm saying? But the Jew, look at the Jew, the way they raise their children. Even when they live in the Western world, they still raise them with that culture, the Jew culture. They go to their synagogue. They do all this, their religion. They keep everything intact. They speak their own English. I mean, their
Ajalo
own.
people, they wear their cap. They wear
They
their
wear their
cap. They wear their attire. They are not. They are not. They are not. They
Thomas,
get disgrace
Thomas,
with their
our
attire.
wealthy,
Yeah.
our Nigerians, when
Yeah.
Nigerians make money, the way they want to raise their children is one in British manner. They want them to
that
spend
is
time in London.
that is
They
what
want
is
them,
killing.
Yes, you are
they
right.
believe their children are better class when they are more British than Yoruba or Igbo or whatever or tradition. That's
You
the
are right.
mentality we have. So
Ajale,
all these Nigerians, if you look at
Ajale
them, most of
Coco.
the ones they make money, they don't let their children spend time with their in a village or in a cultural setting. They let them spend more time in London. They only come to Nigeria to visit their grandma, visit them, greet them in English, and then they go back to London. And so that's the way all
Look
Nigerians
here,
with money, even the ones that
Mike.
don't have
Mike.
money, they start doing
Mike,
Ajabo culture, British.
Mike, other than even the Jew, look at the Arab, look at the, what do you call it?
Indian.
Because
The
those
Indian.
people
Spanish,
don't look up to other culture
all of
as something
them,
superior to their own.
India,
But we will be groomed with colonial mentality that the
yeah,
British culture is superior and the American culture.
they live here, they raise their children here, and you will see their children can speak their language very well, and the children practices their their religion. You understand what I'm saying? Is their
They don't,
you see, when you throw away your own religion, you throw away your culture. Because
Yes.
by your religion, when you raise your community with your religion, that keep your culture intact. And that is what we have failed to do. We don't raise our children with our religion. We raise them with foreign religion that we don't even know. We don't know that
Oh,
the
wow.
the the nitty-gritty of that religion. We don't even know it. So
We don't even know.
Dupsy,
that is where we lost it.
Remy, please
That is
hold
where we
on,
lost.
please. Dupsy,
Okay, go ahead,
can I
please.
quickly contribute 5 minutes? I'm at work. Just have a break now. Just this topic is very, very important to me. Can I please?
Go ahead, Thomas. You're welcome.
Yes,
Go ahead. Yeah,
yes. How are you?
yeah.
This
Good.
is a great topic. Yeah.
Yeah, thank
Uh,
you. Mm.
yes. I'm very sorry to say this. At the long run, this girl may not find husband. Why do I say that? I'm not cursing her. I want great future for her. They want her to get somebody in his own category, rich, moderate, popular. You know what I mean? That is what all those rich men want for their kids. But sometimes, let me go to Mike's side now. There are some people, rich person will not, it's not going to work for you. Orí ẹ̀ ò ní gba ẹni tó lówó lọ́wọ́, he has to go low sometimes. But they don't understand that. At the long run, this lady may not find husband. It will just be on that day, just socializing life, enjoying money at 31. Hey Mike, at 31, Otedola's daughter hasn't got a husband. Is that not ridiculous? So to me, they need to. She needs to go low. If I said go low, go low for her to find husband. I think that is what I think is going on with this lady. And it's even copying maybe his sister that got a celebrity singer. He wants something similar to her sister. Sometimes our Ori doesn't take that kind of thing. Some people, their Ori doesn't want a fair lady, but they like a fair lady. They'll be running after a fair lady. Maybe it's black that God wants to, it's just it's beyond what we are talking here. Oh, let me just leave it there. This is an interesting story, but I'm at work. Maybe we are so close, but but that is what I think is happened to this lady. Oh, thank you, Dupsy.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Thomas, for your contribution. Baba, do you still have something to say, or we can move ahead to the next topic? Baba Jale Koko.
Dupsy, let's play
Yeah.
this clip
Yeah.
and then we'll use it to start to
Round up.
wind it down.
Yeah. Okay. Woman, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I would love to know, do you own or rent a home in Lagos?
Woman,
Which one? Do you own or rent?
I own.
You own? You own a house? Wow. You mean you rent?
Yes.
Okay, how much is your rent in Lagos?
My rent in Lagos is just 30,000, but I'm staying in Banco House.
Dang, 30,000. Oh, do you live alone or with your friends? 30,000 naira per year.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you serious? Can I park somewhere and tour your house with you, check your house? Are you sure? Go see your house together, lead the way. See your house. I'm fine, thank you.
Are you going inside?
Yes. But let's check out outside first. This one, like this, is your own, like this, Abby.
You have boundary.
Okay, this is just black is the boundary.
You don't mind me asking, right?
How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Are you done with school? Like, are you a graduate or SSCE?
SSC.
SSCE is where you stopped. So you're just working now, Abby? Oh wow. Okay. Can I take a tour? Can I see inside the house first? Okay. Thank you so much for allowing me to take your privacy. Okay. So there are 4 of you living inside this space like this. There's no light right now.
You don't have like a shower. We use all these big lights.
Wait. You don't have lights here at all.
Like NEPA. We have NEPA, but we don't have it in our room.
How do you not charge your phone?
Changing our neighbors.
Okay, your neighbor's place. Wow. How about when it rains? When it rains, does the rain disturb you?
Yes.
It disturb. It falls in from the roof. Pay 30K for 1 year. You guys need to share the rent.
But they have increased the second payment.
How much is it now?
36.
36K now. So, but this one, like, you have one foam like this. This one foam now. How 4 of you actually share it, like stay together in one foam? 4 of you. Okay, 2.
Yes.
How about your kitchen? Where do you cook? This is where you cook. Okay. Where's your bedroom and toilets? This is your toilet.
Yes.
But for how long have you been staying here?
4 months now.
For 4 months. Where were you staying before?
Auntie's land.
Okay, your auntie's place. Why did you live there? She was maltreating you.
No, it's still back up, but
Okay.
stay with her husband, so I can't stay with them.
Okay. How about your parents? Where are they? Like your family?
They're in the village.
They're in the village.
30,000 naira house in Lagos, and you've seen what the 30,000 naira house in Lagos looks like. Here we have Remain. Gift, beautiful gift from Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Ogoja. Okay, so I want to ask you some things, Gift. Now you're earning 30,000 naira, working as a cleaner, right? Now I want to know how much would you have loved to be earning in a month?
Okay, because of my siblings, I've left 70 or 80,000 because of their school fees.
Because of their school fees. Are you the one paying their school fees? Oh yeah? How about your mom and dad, your parents? Where are they?
My mom is late.
Your mom is late. RIP to her. How about your dad?
My dad is still alive, but he's not that capable.
Are you the first? Are you the firstborn? Are you the firstborn? Yes. You're the firstborn. Yes. So you're here working, came to Lagos to hustle just so that you can pay their school fees, right? See this 30,000 naira. How have you been coping so far and paying their fees so far?
It's village and their school fees in village. It's not that expensive.
Okay.
So I used to pay their fees. Sometimes I used to pay 35, 36, or 40,000.
Okay. And if you don't have, you borrow.
I used to borrow, yes.
Right now, are you owing anybody debts right now?
No, I'm not owing anybody. But I'm planning to travel. That's why.
So to travel to where?
To village, go and see them.
To go and see them. Oh. So what's one thing you would love God to do for you right now?
As a first daughter that I am, I would love God to maybe like money. I need money. I want to travel now.
You need money to travel now, Abby? Okay. You get a chance now, right, to get a business or something that will help you to earn as much as 100,000 naira, 500,000 naira in a month, even 1 million naira in a month. Would you do it with all your might?
Yes, I will do it.
You'll do
because
it.
I know I have responsibility.
Do you think you're capable of doing this? Do you think you can do it?
Yes. As of last year, I was selling food.
Food, and it was moving.
Yes, but I was selling for somebody.
So if I open a restaurant for you now, you sell well. Are you?
I will sell, but
tell me anything you want to tell me.
As of now, I cannot be able to do restaurant. I cannot sell today because I have CS, so I don't need so much stress.
CS?
Yes.
Okay, you did surgery?
Yes.
What? Oh, sorry, if you don't mind me asking, why?
I was one married before, but my husband was maltreating me. Then I left.
Oh, you were married. But he was maltreating you. So you have a child.
When I was trying to give birth, I lost my baby.
Oh my God. Aww. You lost your child while trying to give birth. Oh, sorry about that. Can you give me a hug, please? Okay, well, I'll get your number. I'll get your number and discuss with you and tell you about the new business and everything, proper legal business. So, but I want to be sure. Do you think you are ready? Do you think you can do it? Do you think you want to do it? You are capable? Do you feel like you can actually? It's possible that you can earn 1 million naira in a month?
Yes, ma'am.
You know you can do it.
Yes.
You are capable.
Yes.
You will not for my hand. You will not for my hand. Are you sure?
Yes.
You should give me a hug again. It's okay. Okay. I'll get your number now. How much would you like me to send to you right now? So I'll send you 100,000 naira now first, Now you WhatsApp me. Let me tell you the business plan and everything, all the updates. Do you understand? That 100,000 naira, what will you use it for? When I give it to you.
Because I want to travel, I would like to pay for my siblings.
Good for your siblings. It's been about your siblings. That's so cute. I understand. I'm also a firstborn. I actually hustled like you as well and all that to take care of my family as well. So I can relate to what you're saying. So let me do it now. So gifts. This is the 100,000 naira alert.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
It's okay. No. Gifts is okay.
Thank you, ma'am. God will bless you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's okay. You're welcome. So for the empowerment thing I said, right? WhatsApp me or give me a call. Business that tell me. Food stuff. Oh, so you want to do food business? Food stuff.
I want to be selling food stuff, not be selling food.
Not to be selling food, but food stuff particularly. Okay, nice. Okay, so let me ask you one personal question. Yes. The question is have you done? Let me ask you one personal question. Have you done a special work before to get money for your siblings? You've never done it. Stick to that good character, okay?
God bless you.
Amen.
God bless you.
Yeah, so one man, is that all?
Yeah, so that's it, Dopsy. It's a complex situation. On the face of it, anyway, what do you make of it?
Yeah, is there any shady thing to the lady that did this thing?
Not from that clip, no.
Okay.
Because what she's putting across is a sort of a do-gooder sort of a narrative.
Yes.
But I'm not sure if we're seeing it as exploitative. And then we've never really had the glimpse into how people at the real bottom of society actually live. And how that if you see that young lady out in town, you'd think pretty young girl. But then look at where she's coming out
She
of.
lives.
4 of them in that. So all of that, what do you make of it?
Yeah, so it's so sad that people live in that kind of condition in our country, and it's I don't know, it's so sad. But I just wish this lady is going to help her. I don't know because most of these charitable works are based on sending most of these videos to to all this Western world so that they will be funded by some of the Western world funds, all these charity works that people do. So most of them embezzle the money. So that's why they make most of these videos. So I don't know if it's genuine. So sometimes I'm always very skeptical about those people that puts camera on people's faces and do this kind of things.
I don't like it.
Yeah. So
And I
they
thought the
have
woman was too peperimpe. Now
exact,
she
and she
wasn't.
was
She
impatient.
was just
The
like
empathy
a
wasn't
advocate.
genuine, in my
She was
opinion.
just.
Yeah.
She was.
That's the way those Ajebo Nigerian children behave. They are so annoying. Like they
Mm,
have this. When I went to this private beach in
mm.
Lagos, what do you call it? Forgot the name of that beach. It's like they employ all these Ajebo children. Their customer service is so terrible. Like the way they will just walk up to you, they don't know how to. But when I go to the local people, those traditional people, the way they work, they understand customer, the value of customer. The way they welcome you, the way they will act very, you know, what's the word? Customer base, customer, the way they treat a customer, like, okay, you're welcome, value you, but those are jebel people. Those like you go there, though their place will look clean and everything. There is one this thing, but the service is just terrible. Their mentality, so they're not cultured. That's what I can say. They want to be Americanized and Europeanized, and it's just
Mm.
you know.
I think she was a bit impatient with. I don't know what happened actually. I'm not
A
judging her. Kudos
typical
to her,
Nigerian
but
woman, they always like
mhm.
when they first approach, they'll greet you, they will pray for you.
Mm.
They would talk very,
Mm.
they will talk very softly. Well, my boy,
Mm.
they will they focus
Mm.
on the grammar they are speaking than the actual presentation what they are presenting.
Oh, okay. I think that's coming from the video then. If your camera is being put in your face, sometimes you be too, I don't know, maybe it's the anxiety level, but she wasn't empathetic enough. She was too much in a hurry, in my opinion. Do you understand? So I don't know. Maybe it's because of they should always take this camera off, but they're always saying that they use those things to fund their charity, their charitable works. So they send it over to, the government of all these places, USA, Canada, and yeah, they fund them. So maybe that's why they keep the records. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I
Dixie,
think, yeah,
if I may say
Rosie,
something
yeah,
too,
continue,
the
please.
lady that was around the camera, I think she's not real because the way she's presenting it, our culture in Nigeria, you don't. It's only in the Western world. You say, "Oh, can I get a hug? Give me a hug." In Nigerian culture, we don't do that now all the time. Oh, give me a hug. It doesn't seem real to me. You get because when you interact with these
Even
groundroots
Rosie,
people,
apart from the hugging,
yes,
her tone wasn't,
yeah,
yeah,
it's not real. It's like
yeah,
this
she
fake,
was
fake
impatient.
personality. I mean, hey, give me a hug. Can I give you a hug? No, that's not the way we interact with these, grassroots local people. You speak in very empathetic tone. You understand what I'm saying? But to me, it looks like it's not real. Like it's acting. That's what I feel.
That's the way the generation in Nigeria now are talking. I think we've left Nigeria for too long. When I went, the way most of them, those 20-year-olds, these Gen Zs, they've lost the Nigerian way of vibing. Some of them are just talking like Black Americans now. Like you think you are talking like Katame. I'm telling you.
Are you for real?
I'm telling you. Like they grew up on Twitter and this thing now, Instagram. So they interact with the Black Americans and the British. They spend all day interacting with all those ones, and they look up to them, and they want to emulate them. Even most of the slangs you hear from the Black Americans, you hear them using in Nigeria. Those young ones. I'm like, where did you hear? Where did you learn how to use that word? You know, they spend time on Instagram. Most of the people they follow are the Americans.
So you
So
mean
they are
those of
Americanizing
so you
our
mean
youth. We
those
don't
of
even
us
know.
that are here, we are more down to earth than them?
Yes, We are more drawn to our culture, and then they are trying to leave our culture. They want to become
But
Americanized and British.
Mike, one thing about the Gen Zs is that the attention span is very, very short. You should understand that.
They are
All these
growing up on
people,
Instagram, social media.
new generation does it's not about Nigerian Gen Zs alone. That is why they can't listen to a 3-hour program as you're doing it like this. They can only listen to TikTok. So that's why they diagnose most of them for ADHD. So their attention span is very short. They can actually listen and vibe with you when the thing is too long. They don't have that kind of patience. So it's not particular to Nigeria. It's just the way they are wired. They're very too much in a hurry. It cuts across all over. It's not particular about Nigerian Gen Zs alone. If you notice, they can only watch TikTok. If you have a program that's very educative on YouTube, a 3-hour program, most of these youngsters can watch it. It's too long for them. They can't pay attention for that long. So that is why TikTok is created for them. And they all love TikToks because it's short, and straight to the point. So they don't really have that time to pay attention to details. So that is why most of them are diagnosed for ADHD. So it's not about only Nigerian Gen Zs. Yeah.
No, man, just talk about the cultural aspect. They more like want to emulate the Western. It's like, why do we have to follow the Westerners, the Western way of life? Why do we have to? I mean, what does it have to be? Why do we just because technology is coming from there? Why do we have to emulate the Americans and the British? I mean, that's my issue with the Nigerian youth or African youth in general. Like they look up so much to the Western people, Western cultures. Why don't you use this social media information age to promote your own and evolve your own culture? Why do you have to?
But Mike, you cannot blame those youths. It's what they see the leadership across the spectrum of the society doing is what they are emulating. For example, the churches, are they not Western? The Pentecostal churches, is it not the Western churches? Is it not the Western way, particularly American way of service, or how do I say church service that they is it not American way of church this thing that they carry out their service? Number one, I mean that's number one. Number two, even look at the leaders, the political leaders. You see all their children, they school abroad. They don't even school in
Mhm.
Nigeria. You understand? So
Yeah,
you see even the traditional
even the
leaders,
old boss, they
the
send their children
traditional
abroad.
institution that are supposed to be the custodian of culture and the tradition. What do you see them do? You see them even patronizing or showing off with all this Western way of life and these things. So this leadership failed those children. So we cannot blame those children because what they see, and then the leadership does not even have a social media in our own country that can kind of portray and promote our own culture. But what do we see? You see the foreign social media dominated our space. And when a country doesn't have anything on our own to promote to their young ones, the foreign ones are the one they see. That is what they're going to copy. So it is
Even
unfortunate.
the
Yes,
media, you will see Abati
even the
and
media,
Rufai,
yes,
they will be
even
talking
the
about
media, yes,
Queen of anything that happened in Queens of England or the
yeah.
family or the monarch. They start covering it like it's some. Whereas our own, we have our own monarchs, so they don't
Eh,
even cover
eh,
anything about them.
eh,
They will start talking about the Duchess of Success. Oh, Prince Williams and his wife. Who gives that? What does that concern our children to be learning
that
about
is
Queen of
it.
England,
That is it.
Duchess of? That's what
So
they will promote. They will celebrate. You know.
it's what those children sees. That is what drive their lifestyle. So we cannot totally blame these children. The elders, the leaders, they fail. They fail that society. And it's unfortunate that the generation we have now I don't know what they're going to even leave behind for the generation after them. So it's a serious problem that we are facing in that country. I don't want a situation where we want to blame the youth or blame all these children all the time when we have the leaders across all the spectrum of the society doesn't even lead well. They fail them and they don't know nothing. It's what they see that they do. So it's unfortunate.
Okay, is there any other person that wants to contribute? Um, my darling princess, do you still want to add anything to this?
No,
Is
no,
there?
not really.
Okay,
Yeah, but
okay,
what I'm sorry, I have to go back a little bit to that Otedola's Dora. I think
okay.
the issue she might be facing again also, because I know Thomas was saying that maybe she has to go low, low. But sometimes, some of these men, it could be very intimidating for them to go and approach her. I mean, this girl, she's from a very well-to-do family, and you don't have anything. How would you even have the guts to go approach her? The only way she can be approached by people in the middle class or people that are low class is if she can bring herself down that they don't know who she is. You understand what I'm saying? If she mixes with the poor and the middle class that they don't really know her background, then maybe in that way she can develop a relationship that would, a loving relationship until they come to know who she is. But if she is high up there, I don't think any man that is not well established can approach her. Thank you, Dupsy, for the opportunity.
This is what I think. I think people should stop looking at their wealth and using it to measure who they are as a
Mm.
human being. Don't say because I have money or I'm this wealthy, automatically I'm a more important, almost higher human being than someone that doesn't have anything. To me, who's higher? I measure people by who they are in the spirits, the
And
kind of
but
person the
that's
person.
you. But most men will
Like
feel intimidated. They won't have the guts to go
no,
talk to her.
no. She. What I'm saying in our part, she needs to learn to live as a human being, not as a wealthy person or a rich person or
Yeah,
as
that's what I'm.
someone of
That's
a
what I'm
class
saying.
or
That's
status.
that's what I'm saying
What?
too.
Hold on. But the reason why someone will approach her, whatever it is because she wants to hang around or she's carrying herself as a billionaire or something. She needs to just be a normal person, like dress normal, talk normal, and approach normal people, interact with them, sit down with them, have conversation with them. Like me, for example, when I'm in Nigeria, I enjoy hanging out with the poorest of the poorest people because they are more fun, they are more easier, they are more real. I spend my time just go. Sometimes I don't even dress like sometimes I won't wear slippers. Wear dress like I'm a poor guy just to go to the ghetto to go hang out with the people there, sit down with them, buy beer. Sometimes we buy them drink. They want to say, they think I'm one of them. I will just sit down, just chat, just to know what's going on in the world. Because I know if I start hanging out with my fellow people that are they have money, they will just be fun for each other. They fake, forming. They're not real. So people need to learn to live a normal life. Just because you have money doesn't mean you can. Someone that doesn't have money is less than you, or it's not as important. It's no longer as important as you. Important is defined by the intelligence, the quality of the person. I'd rather sit down with a person as a genius, that has the brain of a genius, that has no money in his pocket. I find that person to be more important than a billionaire that has no sense in his head. I'd rather go hang out with that genius than be hanging out with one billionaire that doesn't have brain. Only business I have with that billionaire is where you want to do business. That's it. But I want to socialize. I'd rather socialize with that guy with brain that doesn't have anything because I know I can enjoy. By the time I leave talking to him, I will learn one or two things or get something, understand the world better. So people need to stop saying because I'm rich, I'm a shadow of celebrity. I can't hang around someone poorer. No, she needs to focus on quality of a person than the status of a person. To me, she will enjoy a husband as a more of a quality man, a quality human being, character and class than a wealthy guy that's just toxic. If you marry a fellow
But
billionaire as a toxic guy, what are you enjoying? Is it the money? Money is not what's
but
going to give you enjoyment now. But the man has very quality, decent, a very decent human being, quality human being that's just average. You enjoy marriage with that man now. Then you just
Mike, but you guys are just judging now. You don't know what's
no, I don't.
happening
No,
in
no.
the
I'm not.
mind.
I'm not saying I
Mm,
know. I know her. I'm just speaking in context that maybe this is what it is. We don't know what it is. We don't know the truth. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, I'm just speaking in
mm.
general terms, like people that are up there that think certain things.
How about if she's very, very nice, but she's not getting the right people? We don't know. Sometimes let's leave people to their own thing.
No,
Do you
Dopsy,
understand?
Dopsy, it's not
Yeah.
like we are judging now. We are just
Mm,
saying that sometimes most men that are not of our class might not have the guts to approach her. Not because she's proud or but I mean, just her status as a person alone is enough to intimidate some men to go to her. It's not that we are judging her that she's bad or she has bad
mm,
character. That's why she's not
mm,
attracting the right man. But a
mm,
man, sometimes most men, I don't think they will have that guts to go face her. You get what I'm
mm.
saying?
Honestly, I'll be
They'll
honest with
feel
you.
Agree. Mm,
intimidated.
I'll be.
mm,
I'll be honest with you. A quality man, a very positive, decent man, is when he runs into a woman that feels like they usually want a good woman, a quality woman with good heart as well. So
Yes.
that kind of man, when he sees a woman like that, he forgets whether she's rich or poor or whatever. He gravitates towards her. So that's what I'm saying. If she humble herself and if she's a good person, she's a good hearted person, and she hangs around those kind of men, they will be gravitated towards her. That's what I know. They won't be intimidated. They will not. That's one thing I know.
mm.
Like if
Okay.
she's that kind of girl, like me, I always like a woman that has good heart, good
Mm,
character. If she hangs around me and she's
mm,
exhibit that kind of behavior, I will forget that she's a billionaire's daughter. I
mm,
literally want to. That's just the way because that kind of woman, I just always find those kind of women very, attractive. The spirit,
mm,
because their spirit is so sweet. So I'll be more focused on this is a very quality woman. This is a very beautiful soul. And
mm,
I'll be more want be interested in just to get close to her and talk to her and just chat, just have conversation, you know.
mm.
So that's what me I
I
know about
agree with
men
you.
like that.
Mm. I agree with you. I think there's some other person here. Who is that? I can't see. One man, can you let me see that person's name? If the person wants to contribute, I don't know. Who is this person here? Apart from Remy, there's another person. I can't see the person's name actually. If you want to contribute, please can you just talk or we just end the show?
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
very well. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Okay, Madam Dupsy, Happy New Year. I know that
Happy
I
New
said
Year
I
to
will
you.
come. Thanks. I said I'm going to come. This topic is very interesting.
Okay.
The
As for
French
me,
president is here.
as for me, Mr. Mike, is that generation. Your time has come and your time is going. Leave them alone. Let them enjoy their life. I call them microwave generation. They want everything quick. Your time is how will I call it, the oven. This one is so. One thing is that everybody has time for everything. eh. I believe she's going to get a man. For me, I believe there's somebody looking at her from a distance, just looking for the right moment to come and talk to her. I bet you with you before the ending of the year, you people say that she has declared that she has a guy already. So for me, you don't have to force her into something that she will regret later. But with time, she will
Hello. Are
advance.
you
Yeah.
prophesying? Are you a prophet
No,
now?
I'm not a prophet now. Uh-uh. I'm not a prophet, but I know that people like this they will get what they want already now. But it only just the right person, the right place at the right time. So that's just it. But I wish her all the best. She's going to get somebody of her class. I don't let women going lower than their class. No now. No now. Because of what? Because of a man. No,
When you say
for me,
lower, what do you mean by lower?
according to Baba Jelly Coco and the General Thomas, that go for somebody poor person and middle class. No, now, women
So
aim
what if
high,
that
so
poor
she
person
should go
wait,
more
wait,
higher
wait, wait.
too.
What
Who is
Mr.
saying
Sam,
that?
sorry. What if that middle class person is a very quality man? Maybe let's say a pharmacist. This guy went to night school, a well brought up man. is a very
Mike, is going to be difficult. You
hold on,
know.
Anisuru. Are you saying that if you are Femi Otedola, you have a daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and you see two men, you see one that's a very hardworking guy. This guy, his entire life, he worked, he did positive. I mean, pretty much worked, lived a positive life, built himself, went to school, performed great, went got scholarships, did a great thing, and he's living a decent life, positive life, and he's only a
Mm-hmm.
middle class guy, average guy, but he's a decent human being, very good character. Now you
Mm-hmm.
have that in hand, and you have another guy that's the son of a billionaire like you, but it's not really much of a quality guy. It's just I'm not saying maybe he has to be a bad guy, but it's more of a his character is not as pure or as good as the average guy. Which one would you pick for your daughter?
But Mike,
The moment she's happy,
one thing you forget is that this money back, so they like to remain in their class. So
Yeah,
all
But the
this
that's
money is
money
not
exactly.
that
making them happy now.
you
but
my
you know that's
sister,
what they want. They
thank
want
you,
to
my
remain in their
sister.
class.
Even the people she's going to be meeting this girl are those in the same class. So it's
But
not
but
going to
but
be
but, but the thing is, but it's not like the guy you're bringing into the guy you're marrying. He's not going to take your money. I mean,
Mike, can I say something? Can I say something? Sorry, because you asked me a question earlier. There is this guy. His father is wealthy. I won't call the name wealthy, but this guy was using drugs and everything. All the friends we understand in school, we are okay, normal guy, hardworking. But at the end, people like this, people are the one on top. He beat everybody in that class. It is all about mindset. So let her do what she wants to do now. When you have a daughter, you will understand. Do you want your daughter to be in a prison, not happy? Let her enjoy her life. Me to have a daughter too now. Okay, thank you.
me, I would rather marry a
Beauty.
girl with
I'm at
pure soul than a
Yeah.
poor girl with a pure heart than a wealthy girl with a jacked up mind, man. Honestly, I
Yeah.
don't think that money thing has anything to do with peace and happiness. I don't think money has anything to do with that. I don't
I
know why
just
watching.
the
I
moment
don't
she's
think.
happy is okay. The moment she's happy.
Then let's
The
just
father, do you
preach
say the
that.
father
Don't
stopped
put
doing that?
people under any pressure. And whenever she gets somebody that
Thank
suits what
you,
she
Madam
wants, let
Beauty.
her go ahead and do that. Don't let us start
She will before the
dictating.
ending of
How
this
about
year.
all the things we have said here today, Mike? Maybe she doesn't even like all the things you have suggested. How about our own feelings?
No, at the end
You
of the
know?
day, it's whatever
Mm-hmm.
she desires in life that matters. We
Exactly.
are speaking,
Mm-hmm.
remember I put it like this. I say, if what she's looking for is
Mm-hmm.
a husband, and that's what in that context is what I'm talking. But I don't know what, maybe she just, me, I don't even believe that people have to be married. I don't believe that. And I don't believe people have
Mm-hmm.
to ask it. I believe you do if you desire it.
Exactly.
That's what me I
That's my
believe. I
position
would
too.
never run into another person and say, you're 31, you're not married. I don't want one of those foolish people, man. I don't do that.
I don't call them foolish.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, like, I just don't like when Nigerians do it. Like, you know, when
Remember
you go to
that's the
like
way
a
Baba.
gathering,
Remember that's the way
Juicy,
Baba
Juicy,
Jale Koko
you know when you
is.
go to a
When
gathering
the
and
way Baba
Nigerians start
Jale
asking,
Koko is.
oh, sorry, I mean, like, no, no,
Baba
no, I
Jale
wasn't,
Koko is exactly with that position. So don't let
no,
us
no, no, no.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm listening, Mike. Go
No, what I'm
ahead.
trying to say is like, Juicy trying to start one line. I don't, I didn't. That's not what I meant. But what I
Mike, you
always
should
say,
remember that there are many of us that is old school. Oh. Many people in the
Sadly,
platform are old school.
people
So
like Princess too.
me, I'm not
sorry,
old
sorry.
school,
My
but
apology. My apology. No, no. This thing always irritates me when I go around Nigeria when we're gathering, and they'll begin to ask everybody, "Are you married? Are you married?" Yeah. And then when somebody say they are not married, they begin to like kind of like talk to that person as if is the if you are a guy, they automatically think you are just a bad person.
and
You're
some of them in
not
their
responsible.
marriages, they are beating themselves up every day. Oh. It's
They are
hell. Oh.
Bless
miserable.
you.
They are
God
But they
miserable.
will
bless you,
come out.
Princess.
But they will
God
come out
bless.
and wear a shabby
God
and be
bless
putting
you.
a presentation packaging.
Yeah, they'll dress. They wear the same clothes as their wife.
But
But
when
when
they
they
get
get
back
home, they are
home, they
fighting.
start Mike Tyson.
God bless you.
They just living fake lives.
God
They are
bless you. God
they
bless.
are more miserable than the single people. But they will go out and be
Yeah.
judging people that are not married as if they are people that are not married are the one that are miserable. And the man that's single, the detail is miserable, and you begin to tell him, you're not married. When you go marry, I see you never married. What did they do you? Guy, calm down. It's your business. If the guy's not married, it's none of your business. If she's not married, what does that have to do with? Stop putting pressure on people. pushing them that they must marry and join you in your miserable marriage life. Come on now. It doesn't leave people alone. Let people just live their life, whether they marry or not. We people life we live is borrowed. Some people didn't even live up to that age. Let people just have peace. If you find marriage that's going to give you peace, do it. If you find the one that's not going to give you peace, don't do it. I always tell people, don't marry for the sake of marrying. If you're going to be cut, if it's going to be a hell, don't do it. Because I literally have friends that used to be very happy when they were not married. Until they got married, these guys became stressed and just miserable. Life became miserable. I'm like, so why did you get married? You say my
Mike,
mother told me to, my father told me to. I'm like,
yeah, let
oh,
me
okay.
interject you. If people actually know the extent of damage to themselves and to the children they're going to raise in such a toxic marriage, people will stop all this, pressuring people to go and marry somebody that it's not good enough for you. The extent of damage is something else. And that's why the society is not sane anymore. A lot of people are damaged through toxic marriage. So that is why people just behave anyhow. Then you'll be wondering that who raised this kind of a child? Because they weren't raised properly.
Because even the man
Yeah.
himself, some
Yeah.
men, they are not even meant to live with another person. They are meant to live by
Exactly.
themselves because
I
they are
want
so
Gongoni,
toxic.
the psychologists.
I want
Okay.
They
They
are
went
not
to
fit for
entangle
marriage and they want
themselves.
to get married.
then
Exactly.
there are some women that they
God
are not
bless
even
you,
fit.
Rosie.
They are not fit to be mothers. They will bring kids
Hey,
out. What they don't have. How can
exactly.
you give what you don't have? Then
Rosie,
they
did
raise
you
up
did you watch a
damaged
girl
people into the
that
world.
was twerking on Twitter with
I
her two
know.
boys?
Can you
Can you
imagine?
imagine? And they
Can
were
you
touching
imagine?
her bomb and all that.
Everything. So
Somebody
some
that is
people,
not well in her
they are
mind.
damaged already. They will
Oh
bring
my
up
God.
damaged children into the
No,
world.
that is why I can
Yeah.
never tell you to go and get married by force.
Marriage is not
Never.
the ultimate. It's not
Go
the
and
ultimate.
get it was first. You are not well in your mind. So go and treat yourself
Yeah.
first. Before
Yeah.
you now start raising somebody else, then you damage the child. Stop it. I'm
Yeah.
listening, Rosie.
But
Continue.
when two people have, they come to terms with themselves, they have what to give. When they come together, it's a good relationship. It's a sweet relationship. Then the kids they bring out from that relationship are well raised kids. But when two damaged people come together, what do you expect? Damaged children. And then that relationship is toxic. But when they come out, they will pretend and be kissing and be pretending
Yeah.
to people outside, making the single ones feel miserable. But when they come back into the house, the door locked.
Yeah.
Mama fool, I want to say.
In front of children. And you
Sometimes they
think
don't
you're
even talk
raising.
to each other. Yeah.
Which
Then the children is the referee, trying to separate
Imagine.
father and
can't
mother,
believe
fighting every day, fighting.
Imagine.
I can't believe how woke you people are.
This is not about
But
work,
that's
woman.
the
Let's talk about
truth.
what's
That
happening.
is the truth.
Oh my, it's
It,
true, man.
You see, some people, they are in a relationship, they are destroyed. The man destroys them. Some is the woman that will destroy the man. And yet they said they are in a marriage. I
no, I'm
mean,
talking about this girl that we're not unanimous in our thing that she should be. She's 31
but
and she
31 is
So she
not
should go and kill herself,
101.
woman.
Yoruba girl.
Woman,
She should go and kill
you are
herself.
sounding
Woman, what
31
is
like
wrong?
31 is a 101 for
Woman, please
goodness
tell me
sake.
what is wrong with that girl's life.
31,
31
is
is
it
a hop.
101?
No, 31 is a hop, skip, and a jump from 40, and you
It's
know what that means.
not.
Yeah.
Woman, I'll be honest with you. If that girl, if copy says she wants to marry today, she can do it. She can do it. But she knows that it's not going to be a quality marriage. So she knows what she wants. And
But the issue is that,
if she hasn't found it, leave her alone.
as
Don't
for
pressure her to
me,
go. Don't say because you are 31. If you haven't find that thing that you want, just grab one.
as for
So
me,
she's not gonna
I
marry who she
mean,
doesn't is
look,
not
like
a match and
for
she not live
me
a
now.
miserable marriage life.
Yeah, like for me, I got married when I was 31. I didn't feel like, oh my God, I'm Methuselah. I'm the oldest. No, because I feel if I don't meet the right
Yeah,
person, I'm
yeah.
not going
But
to rush
hold
into
on,
marriage.
hold on. How long were you in that relationship for before you got married?
I was in it for a year.
Well, so there you are. So you were around about 29 thereabout.
No,
I,
no, no.
I, I,
I was 30, and then I got married at 31. What I'm saying, I didn't feel old. Most of my friends that were like in their 20s rushing to marry, they end up getting out of marriage because they didn't wait for the right person. They follow the pressure the society put on them. But for me, I'm like, you know what? Ọkùnrin tí ò lè fi tí ò lè bọ́ rẹ̀ tí ò ní ju ṣòkòtò kan lọ mi ò lè fẹ́. I want somebody that I know, I'm going to live a comfortable life.
Rosie, my darling, give me 5.
I'm telling you, I said I want a made man so that I will I don't want just any riffraff because I want to marry. At the end of the day, I will be looking 100 years old when I'm only 50. No, I want
Rosie,
somebody.
do you know my position on marriage?
Yeah.
I just love women to be very matured as well.
Maybe they need to be matured. Yeah.
From 30.
Don't just rush into it. You see, some people, the man doesn't have more than 2 trousers. The woman has not. They go and marry. They start bringing kids, suffering. Exactly. I said, I don't want to live that life. I want a man. I told my mom, Timba fẹ́ lọlé ọkọ mi suitcase mi nìkan ni máa gbé lọ. Okay, you must be a made man. Timba lọ, mo fẹ́ lọ jayé mi ni. Mi ò fẹ́ lọ jìyà. Because I mean that was what I wanted for myself, and I waited until I met the right person. So we shouldn't let society
Rosie is
pressure
not saying
us.
you should be like her.
If you want to go and marry
a papa, go ahead.
If that's the life you want to live, it's good.
Go ahead.
That sounds like a business deal. Rosie.
It's not a business deal. I mean, love, to me, love has, there's nothing like love is blind though. Love have eyes. So, what glasses going on that.
I agree with you, Madam Rosie. I agree with you, Madam Rosie.
Say love. You go and marry a man, you are drinking garri, you are sleeping on the ground. You will love one year. No. Because I want something that I'm comfortable, then I will love you more. Not to be suffering. No. So girls, please don't get pressurized. Take your time. When you meet the right person, marriage is worth it. But when you meet the wrong person, it's like living in hell.
I agree totally to that.
That's my opinion.
I don't agree. I think once you hit the age of 27, you should redouble your efforts.
What is all that for? What is all that for?
What about those people that get married and then
double your effort?
Okay, what about those that are going to school? What about those that, like my daughter now? My daughter is in the medical school now. She's in the medical school. By the time she's done, she wants to do some specialty, pediatric.
Being married
it's going to take a while for her to get through this career. Does it mean she should put her medical school one corner and go jump into marriage?
No. Does being married stop her from going to school?
It doesn't, but if she meets the right person, they are going to be married and continue. But she's not going to be like, oh, because now I'm 22, I'm in medical school, so any referral, now she will jump on any referral. No.
You know, let me say this to you, Rosie. It's better if she finds her partner in that school. Because if she
if she doesn't find her partner, one man, she should start crying.
Let me just say this as a fact of life. It's better if she finds a partner.
But woman, do you know most of the medical students they end up minding themselves because they are in the same career. Their career life pattern. Yeah, most often they meet somebody in the school and they get married to the person.
Because most times, if you don't meet your partner at a uni, then you come into the open market and that's a more vicious space.
Mama, I didn't meet my partner in the uni.
I didn't meet my partner in the uni.
I know, you don't have to.
I didn't meet my partner in the uni. One man, only don't mind him.
One man, if you meet partner in the uni, that means you'll probably be around the same age. Do you think it's really
how can you meet a made man in the uni when you're on the same level?
I don't think anybody should be marrying anybody. The chasm should be about 3 years, no more.
That's like I noticed, like when guys,
all these rules.
I don't even know.
Society.
But one thing I noticed that typically happen, like guys that marry young and marry the same age, like maybe they are both like 25. So when they both turn like 38, usually the guy is still looking younger, and it's almost like a man's prime when women are really more drawn to you. It's like when you're in your 30s. I don't know about a woman. If you notice, like like those younger women, they like more mature men. So like when you are like 38 and your wife is 30, women 38-year-old woman and 38-year-old guy, it's almost like they are. It's too different. It's like she's older. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying it doesn't work out, but in many cases, I always notice that those guys later on start going for younger girls.
Mike, one thing you should know about women, women age faster than men because, for
That's the
one,
point I'm trying to make.
we
Yeah.
have kids, and childbearing takes a lot from your body. It takes a lot from your body. But men don't go through the process of pregnancy and childbirth. So
Yeah.
that's why it's different for a man and a woman. Sometimes you see a woman of 21 and a woman of, let's say, 40.
What do you think the ideal age difference is? I feel at the most push, there cannot be more than a 5-year age gap, and
Nah, it can be more than that.
it's almost
I
ungodly
think
for a
maturity
woman to marry
matters,
a guy
because a man can be 50 and not
than
matured, and a man can be 30 and very matured. I think maturity matters in men.
Yeah, but what age difference is ideal? I'm saying 3 years ideally, at the most push 5 years, and it's almost ungodly for a woman to marry a man younger than her.
Woman, who are you more attracted to? A 25-year-old chick or
Of course,
a
men are attracted to younger girls now. What are you talking about, Mike?
That's the point I'm
What are
trying to
you
make
talking
here.
about? They
That's the point I'm
want
trying to make. Woman, when you're 35, woman, when you're 35, who are
they
you more
want they
attracted to?
want 18, 16, 18, 20, 21.
They say when you
Agoro, they want agoro.
there's a formula for the ideal partner for a man. They say you divide your age by your age by half and add 10, and whatever age is, that's your ideal age for a partner.
Woman, where
No,
did you get
really,
that
there's no
formula
formula to
from?
this thing. Man. I just
Where did you
know.
get that formula from, woman?
Ẹ má dá wọn mà
It's a
cake
statistical
formula.
fact.
Cake formula.
All
Woman
those
is an old
formulas.
man. Don't mind him. He's an old man. Which formula is that? My husband is 7 years older than I, and I am not even looking at his age. I think he's just a very matured man. And me, I'm very immature. I'm not mature in my mind.
Especially
And I know
if you
that.
are a chick that's not very patient or
Yeah,
very
my
Yeah.
husband is
mature,
5
you should
years.
go for an older man. You should go for
My
an older
husband
guy.
is
I'm
my
sorry.
husband is 5 years older than me, and
Uh-huh.
to me, he's even more mature than I am. Me, I'm very
I can't even
erratic.
get married to somebody that is not immature. I feel lura wapa. So I can only get, no matter what the age, I can only get married to a matured person.
That's what I'm
Very cool and
saying.
calm
The man
person.
must be
Yeah.
matured.
Yeah.
And
That's
also
them.
you shouldn't
Yeah.
marry somebody that's too handsome. That's
Kilo
just it.
day. Kilo day.
You know now.
Why, Mr. Woman? I want
But
to know this one.
woman,
I
beauty,
You have to explain,
beauty
Mr.
is in
Woman.
the eyes of the beholder now.
Woman.
Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder now. What
Oh
are you
man, which one is
talking
more
about?
dangerous? Marry the woman that's too handsome or a woman that's too beautiful?
No. I think marrying a beautiful woman, and
Easy.
any looking man
Oh
can
man,
marry.
that is not easy. They need to toast your wife every day, every
No,
day.
why must you? I
Ah,
think it's about the body language. I don't know where people is getting that from. That pretty women have to get toasters, especially pretty married women. It's about your body language. Me, I can't smile to you like that now. How can you be
no,
toasting me? Are you sick? No, are you sick?
do see nowadays. I
No,
even
it
toasting your woman
depends on your
online,
body
online.
language.
No, you see,
Really.
one thing about men, when they have a
Yeah.
beautiful wife, and every time they go out, they see people looking at her, they feel proud that you might admire her, but I'm the one that keeps
and
her.
it's even different from toasting.
Because that's the
It's
way my
different from
husband
toasting.
that's the way my husband feels. When we
Rosie.
go, when we go
Yeah.
out and people admire me, when we come home, we say, yeah, you see, that's why I want you to look good all the time. You make me feel proud. He doesn't feel jealous because we have an understanding.
Me,
And
Rosie, in my married life, I can count the number of people that have walked to me before in my married life. Maybe
no,
two.
they won't walk to you, but they'll be giving you the looks now.
What
You will
looks?
know they're
I'm not even
admiring
seeing
you.
you anyway. I'm not looking at your face.
They'll be admiring you, and you will know that they are really coming,
I'm
but you
talking
will
about
not encourage
toasting.
them. Yeah,
I'm
you will
not
not
talking about
encourage them.
admiring you. You have a lot of admirers, I know.
Yeah,
But people
yeah.
actually having the guts to come and tell you they want to date you.
No,
That
some
is
men.
what I'm saying.
Me, I have had
That
several
it's
people.
not.
I have had
No.
several people that have come to
No,
me and told
I
them,
don't.
you know what? I'm
My
married.
body
I'm not
language is too
interested.
strong.
No.
Like, who are you talking to? It's like the Lukuche face. Who do you want to come and approach? No, I don't usually get that. Actually, I tell people and they will be like, "Dupe, you say sincerely." I don't get people walking up to me and come and tell me they
No,
want to date me.
sometimes, like for me,
The fact
sometimes
is-
I'm
the
a
fact
very
is
friendly
women
person. I'm
like
friendly and I
Yeah.
interact. I'm very friendly and I interact, with people
I do
fact is
too.
that
freely.
people
But
say-
sometimes some men might take that to be like, oh, because she's very friendly, I could talk to her. But
Yeah,
sometimes
but it's
when
all
they
people.
come,
do see,
yeah,
hold on.
I give it to them that, you know what? No. I'm happily married and I don't want to
yes,
cheat on my husband.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
a
we are still,
no.
but Dupsy, if you're
Yeah.
being honest, there's still a
Yeah.
part of you that appreciates women like being validated by being approached.
Of
That's a
course, now
lie.
you feel good.
That's a
No,
lie.
Dupsy.
Dupsy, what
No,
about
no,
You
those
no,
feel
men
no,
that
good.
have
no.
that
You feel
sweet
you
You
are
said
mouth?
still
you were, but
hard.
maybe because I've been like that since when I was even younger
No,
than
as I
this.
from one
I
as a
don't really
woman, I
like it.
feel
I feel
good.
it's
I'm
too
like, oh, that
disrespectful.
means I'm still
Dupsy,
hard.
tó bá lọ pàdé ọkùnrin tó mọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ sọ ńkọ́?
No,
Ah,
that's why. Mike, that is why I wouldn't even open that channel for us to have an interaction. So
that's
that's
true.
why I don't want to be rude to you. Don't be rude to me. I find it so disrespectful actually. I don't want you to talk to tell me anything that you admire. You can admire me. Look at me. That's it. Don't come to me. Don't have that guts. I don't want it. Don't talk about it. So that face, that body language will be there. Don't even
But
try.
some
Don't dare.
situations, some situation where you meet out that person maybe in a setting, maybe in a business setting or some kind of setting where it's not like he's approaching you, conversation just
Yeah, but
starts,
there are sometimes
and then
Conversation
some
you end up
or
in a conversation
sometimes
and this
some men
guy
come to
he just they side
no,
your
you
head
see,
like
sometimes some men come to you, they don't come to say, oh, I want to date you, I want you to do.
I
they
No,
agree.
they would be very friendly in
they will give
conversation,
you that
and then
street
they will start
conversation that way you
asking you out that, oh, would you want to, go, do you want to have lunch with me? Do you want to have, then that's when you draw the line that I'm sorry, I'm married, happily married, and I don't want any, you just, so, I
Yeah.
mean, not every man will come and say, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend. No,
Mm.
they'll be very subtle in the way,
Subtle.
yeah, they'll be,
Mm.
yeah, and then
I
you would
understand
get
what
the
you mean,
message
but
and you just tell them, no,
I
no,
don't really
no, I'm
get
not
that,
interested.
man.
And as for me,
Man.
if I go out and I see women admiring my man, I always make jest of him and say, did you see those your girlfriends? You have a girlfriend now, I'll be teasing him, it just makes it fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just that we should all just take it easy. That's my own conclusion. You should take it easy. Do whatever you're doing right now that is making you happy, that is impacting humanity. As you're doing it, one day, sometime, probably, you will get your own partner. And if it doesn't happen, perhaps it doesn't happen, please do not feel so bad or frustrated or desperate about it. It's not worth it at the end of the day. So the way Baba Jale Koko will come, Yoruba la Yoruba, I take it easy. If a Yoruba girl can't find, go find no nìyẹn. Bóyá kẹ́ gbàdúrà fún àbí kẹ́ lọ wẹrí fún. Probably it's going to happen in that person's life. But don't let us start putting people under that pressure. That pressure is not nice. It's not good. That's why people are so desperate to go with somebody that is not even in the class or somebody that is not even okay in his or her mind. Do you understand? So let's take it easy. Let's show people love, just the way my sister Rosie said, the way she talks to her sister and calms her down.
Dupsy, let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
Do you think we should consider kind of like reshaping our culture, like doing some analysis maybe every
I
decade
want
to
to go
say
dictate culture here, Mike. I want
just
to
like the
dictate them.
Pope is doing, just like the Christians are doing. I mean, okay,
Uh-huh.
Christianity now we need to start accepting this or start moving with this.
Exactly.
Maybe in Africa
Exactly.
we need to start doing something like that. Like, okay, we have culture,
Exactly.
but as time goes, we have to
To
also
evolve with
evolve the
human
culture with
brain.
time and things like that.
Yes.
For example, Tomani, in the olden days, right, when they push people to have many children, the reason why they do that is because they farm and they need more
Yeah.
hands in the farm. You understand?
Uh-huh.
So that culture made sense back then. Like we need more children, we need male children too because they can
So
work in
now
the
you
farm.
say it's our culture to have
So,
7
so
children. You
exactly. So
start having
now that
children.
we are not in the agricultural age, we are more in the service and industrial age. Now you still want to continue to push that. So maybe we have to sit and say, come on, let's reassess this culture and look and say there are some parts we need to evolve or reshape or something. Maybe we need to do that in Africa because some things in our culture that is just not helping us, man. That's really killing us, you know.
And Mike, what I believe is that those men that made those rules then made it to the terms and condition of that
Of
time
that time,
that
exactly.
suits them. So we have evolved from that place. We are here now. There are a lot of factors that is not
Mike,
making some
Mike,
women to be pregnant. Let me
Mike,
let
I'm
me
really
say this.
surprised. I'm
Yeah.
really surprised Mike is talking like this because he's a
No,
traditionalist now.
that's his
Babalawo.
I'm a
position.
spiritualist, not a traditionalist.
That
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's a difference between my
There's a difference between
Spiritualist.
position
traditionalists and
also.
spiritualists.
Oh, you are
Traditional are people that
defending his
are
I
position.
didn't
our
know.
culture, our
I didn't
culture
know there is a difference between spiritualists and traditionalists. Oh.
Yeah,
is different.
it's about
Traditional is
Okay.
more
human
like
being.
tradition of a culture, norms of society.
I
That's
thought
norms.
traditionalists are the people that are worshiping Ifa,
No, 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 no,
Obatala,
no. Tradition
Shango.
is more of a cultural person. Like you believe in, like norms of a society. You are so
No, but when you
nationalistic
want to
about it.
describe religion, they say, are you a Christian? Are you a Muslim? Are you a traditionalist? Right?
No, they're mostly traditional worshiper, but
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
more
So I associate
that's what it means. Like
traditionalists as
tradition,
traditional
tradition in
worshippers.
aspect of spirituality. That's what it means. But tradition could be in many facets. Like we could
But
say
most
tradition.
traditionalists are spiritualists now. I mean, they worship Obatala,
No,
they
no, the
worship
word tradition
Shango.
itself is more like a way of life of a people, right? That's what tradition is. So a way of life is not only in a spiritual aspect, it could be in a cultural, social norms, all those things.
But they are all involved. They are all like a
Everything is all
package.
tradition. But like
Okay.
in
Okay.
me, the part
I
of
got you.
the part of Yoruba tradition I hold on to dearly is the spiritual part, not the norms and the all those things. I hold on to a lot of the norms too, but some of it are kind of ridiculous today that just have to kind of evolve. And the spirituality doesn't tell you that you have to be static. In fact, spirituality does not uh, um, uh, really emphasize on holding to tradition. Spirituality only tell kind of guide your life, guide your destiny. Spirituality is more about destiny, and spirituality is more about every individual is born to come and do something in his life, and it's to guide you to fulfill your destiny. That's what spirituality is all about. But tradition is more of people create norms to guide everyone to live in harmony and things like that. So those are things created more by the social class, the traditional rulers, and people ruling the society. They're the one that come up with the norms. So spirituality is different from tradition, completely different.
Okay. Thank you for enlightening me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Who wants to say anything? Mr. Triumph, I hope you
Yes,
have
I'm
you
here.
enjoyed our show.
I'm just enjoying. I'm enjoying the show. So
Thank you
because
so
I have
much.
nothing to say more. So
Yeah.
it's so interesting. I hope we can have this kind of show twice a week, not only on
Yeah.
Sundays. That
By
would
the
be
way,
great.
my sister Rosie,
Yes.
the Yoruba,
Hold on. Sorry, Mike. Hold on. Just to address what what Trav just said. There's an appetite for it, but we don't want to overflog Doopsy. That's why anytime she goes past 2 hours, I'm starting to
Okay.
say, let's not over sweat her. But we'll see if we can bully Rosie into taking on a session as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if we can
Exactly.
bully Rosie into doing it, then maybe she can do a day of the week, and then maybe she can do
Okay.
Saturdays. Who knows? Yeah, we'll see. We'll speak to
Rosie,
Rosie.
Like,
you have to
that would be
consider
great.
that.
That would be
Yeah.
great. That would be great. That would
Okay.
be great.
No problem.
Okay. Okay. I know that the last time I spoke with Madame Rosie, she was calling me a Frenchman, so I just laugh. But nevertheless, I'm happy with you
Yeah, you're
guys,
a
and
Frenchman
it's
now.
fun.
You are a Frenchman
And
now. Très bien. Très bien.
eh, I'm happy with you guys, and I say keep it up with you guys. Just keep it up,
Thank you
and
so
again,
much,
you just
Mr.
continue. Don't
Triumph.
change. Don't remain the way you are. Just remain the way you
Thank
are.
you.
Understand? Remain the way you are.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Triumph.
Okay, bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you, my darling, my love, Princess Rosie. Thanks always for coming to support Dupsy Baby. Thank you, my one and only brother. That's my one and only brother. Oh, jealousy people, go and sit down. Mike, thank you so much for always supporting me. Thank you, Pansat, my darling, for coming up. Thank you, Mr. Alexandra. Miss Babami Ajali Coco. Thank you. Thank you, my darling Fatai. Thanks so much for coming today to come and show your support to me. I really appreciate you. And thank you, Rational Mind, for coming. I appreciate you, Remy. Thanks so much. Thomas, thank you so much for coming. And I appreciate the people supporting us from the comment section. People like Howdy, Chioma, who are the I can't remember your names again because they're scrolled up. Thank you for always coming to support our platform. Thank you so much. DJ Do. Yeah, I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry, brother. Peters AO, thank you so much for coming to support us. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We always come at Chuku Igwe. Thank you so much for coming to support us this morning. We come here 10 a.m. Sunday mornings. Thank you so much. And we call it our Sunday sermon. Thanks everyone for attending. Thank you so much. Thank you, my boss, for always giving me this opportunity. I appreciate you. Thank you, woman. I love you so much. Have a great day, everybody.